going on, everybody? It's your boy, Matty B, Epis Sports Radio's episode 32. We got a good one for you, folks. All right, settle down, get ready. I got my boy, W. Dubois, waiting in the wings, and we got a special guest with us tonight, NYPD retired officer Kenneth Singletary. He's going to tell us about his time spent with the NYPD and a little bit after that. You know, got a little bit going on in his life. He's going to share it all with us. All right, get settled in. Let's go. And you know, as always, folks, keep showing up.
Wake up! You can't remember where it was. Has this dream stopped?
Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio. Matty B on Epis Sports Radio.
Swung on and hit in the air. To deep right center. That ball is high. That is far. It is gone.
Epis Sports Radio.
Very deep is right. Hits one deep to left field. Headley back near the wall. It's out of here! And that's with the ball game!
A 60-point game for Kobe Bryant. Now they're up by 3. It's over. Eric Decker holds it in. The Jets win in overtime.
Epis Sports Radio. Epis Sports Radio. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Matty B, Epis Sports Radio. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday night, episode 32. I got my boy, W. Dubois, here, as always, here. And, I gotta figure out in your top left and my top right of the screen. And then I got my other boy here, Kenneth Singletary, retired NYPD officer. All right, worked for PSA 3, Bushwick, 13 years. Switched over to the crime lab in Queens to finish out his time with the NYPD. Retired in 2022. That's my guy, Kenneth. How you doing, brother? Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, fellas. Thanks for having me. Thank you for the transparency. Thank you for the open forum. And I got a story to tell y'all, man.
Absolutely, bro. And we're gonna put give you that platform. We're gonna talk all about it. All right.
Yes,
obviously, you and me, we tried to go live early in the week on Monday for the Mental Mondays due to technical difficulties. Everybody, we weren't able to go through with that show. Again, Ken, I thank you for your patience and your understanding throughout this process. And obviously, we do a little mic check earlier, everybody, and then we got some issues going on. So we're currently not simulcast. It's the first time we're actually not simulcasting in a while.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, right, Dub? It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've not simulcast on YouTube.
We had a little streak going.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I gotta get go talk to my tech people. We gotta figure this out. We gotta get down to the bottom of this. Could be a YouTube server thing, and it just so happens it's because maybe a busy Friday night, and we're having issues. So for those of you who are watching in post, we appreciate you as always. Hit that like button, share it, subscribe, keep the notifications on, do what you have to do to keep this channel for growing. All right, it's a big day for us. And not only is it Epis Sports Friday, because we love our Fridays here at Epis Sports, but we hit 20,000 on YouTube today, and I can't thank the subscribers enough for all the support. It just amazes me day in, day out. All the support that we have been getting, the things that you guys like, the things that you don't like. It intrigues me. It's a beautiful thing. And I really hope you like this episode because this is probably hands down, we haven't even, finished recording it yet. We have just started. But I think this is going to be one for the ages as well. So, and obviously my boy Kenneth over here, he's has a lot to do with that. So, Ken, let's get right into it, my brother.
You got
Mass
it.
shooting on Monday. You and me, as we were about to go live, we were talking about it. And, it just we couldn't believe it. You were sending me images on it.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts, bro? What are your thoughts? Obviously, we've had a couple of days you know, to
That's every.
process everything. You see, the NYPD officer, I forget his name right here, Mr. Islam. Is it
Is
who passed away? I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly. Didarul Islam, 36-year-old off-duty police officer. He was working as a security guard at the time of the attack. Was shot in the lobby of 345 Park Ave. He was 3.5-year veteran of the NYPD. Father of two, just and his wife is pregnant with their third child. I mean,
Yes, sir.
tough. And him, along with 4 other people. Let me just name the victims first before we get into all the talk, because they deserve a moment
Yeah.
and the platform as well. I'm not even going to mention the shooter's name. I don't agree with that. I don't think they deserve this type of platform and this type of recognition. A lot of times the focus is on the shooter so much, especially when it comes to the media. The focus really should be about the victims and those that are suffering. Wesley LePatner worked as an executive at Blackstone, a global investment firm with offices at 345 Park. Rest in peace to her. Again, if I'm pronouncing this name wrong, Alan Intieni. You guys got that? I don't know if you guys heard him. Security guard, was working in the lobby of 345. I believe he was the first to go. No, Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was probably the first, right? Because the second this guy walked in, started spraying. As a member of 32 BJ, Union, the whole nine, New York hero, well-known security officer, and Julia Hyman. She was a Rudin management employee, was shot by Tamara on the 33rd floor of the building before the gunman killed himself. Apparently, gunman was targeting, so we're hearing he was targeting the NFL offices related to,
Whack job.
to CTE issues. As far as I know,
Total whack job.
the guy didn't play football, right? Like even at
Yeah, I don't
any
know.
level. Like did he have
High school.
CTE? High school? He did play high school football.
Total whack job, bro.
Yeah. Ken, what are your thoughts, bro? I mean, you would know better with us. How do you process this? What's the first thing that
It
comes
takes
to your
me-
mind?
It takes me back when I was active, man, and we dealt with a lot of shootings like this in and throughout my whole career, man. A lot of officers losing their lives, and I just want to say R.I.P. to Officer Islam and the other victims. We can't forget any of them,
Yeah.
And it's just it's horrible, man. The officer Islam, he was just working for pay detail to take care for his family, and he was just working, and he just got caught off guard. And I've done that. I did pay detail throughout my whole career to try to do something myself, man, because it puts me in that place where it could have been me, and the anxiety and just the terror. You know what I mean? So it's that thought, man, and it takes me back, man. I lost a lot of comrades out here in these streets, man, throughout my whole career, bro. And it's just horrible, man. Now I can't even describe it sometimes. It's horrible, man. And
I
just
could only
send,
imagine, bro. Yeah.
yeah, I send my thoughts to him and his family, his children, everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, brother. Yes, sir.
Do you think the situation was handled appropriately by the forces at hand? Do you think everything that was done could have been done for this situation?
I mean, it looks like it could have been other measures as far maybe. I think he had another partner there with him at that time, but you dealing with somebody with an automatic rifle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't even really you can't even really you
The
can't
guy
even
parked
prepare
right
for
in front of
something
the
like
building, and he just walked
yeah.
up the steps with the rifle out.
You can't really prepare
Bark,
for that. You know what I mean?
Manhattan.
And you know you're dealing with somebody with some high powered ammo. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
The guy he had more ammo in his vehicle. They were saying,
Mm.
you know, he was really ready to do some damage, man. You know, and it's an active shooter situation. We train for that so much throughout our careers
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to active shooters. You know, and the best way we worry about the victims, the people, the public mostly, how to safely to secure doors and things like that, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
thank God there weren't more lives lost.
Yeah.
I would say that part of it, you know. The response time from NYPD, it looked like it was pretty on point,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, man, it's really a tragic situation, you know. Definitely. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, you just the images alone, of seeing
Yeah.
him, walk through the city, like
Like it was
seemingly
nothing.
unscathed, like it's nothing, right?
Casually, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
That image that you sent me, it's just like it's so bizarre. You look around and it's like other people. How do they not notice that this man's just chilling? Like just with his rifle.
That's like
It's
rock.
like it's insane. It.
People are oblivious, man. Especially when you go to
Yeah.
Manhattan. I worked Manhattan throughout my whole career a lot of times, and people are just busy. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Everybody running around and they in their own world. You
Right.
know, and this is too much, man. This is uh
Well,
yeah. I just you know this
something
is kind
else, something that
of
constantly sparks debate whenever these situations come about is gun
hmm
reform. I wanted to hear your thoughts on that. Do you think there should be gun reform? Do you think something needs to be done, if anything? And if you think something needs to be done, what are your suggestions? Like how do you prevent this from happening,
uh
or can you, or is it just part of a society?
it's part of society, brother.
Mm,
Like I think it's part of society. I'm a gun owner,
mm-hmm,
obviously. So so I'm pro for
mm-hmm.
guns. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
um uh it's I have weapons and things like that, and it's how you know what I mean? Like these certain situations you can't really prevent to a certain extent. You would have to take everybody firearms away.
Mm,
You know, it's a really touchy subject. Um, it's not the guns, bro. It's the
mm,
people behind them. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Agreed.
Remember that. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
You gotta really understand that part of it, man. And I'm pro when it comes to guns. You know,
The
it's
the argument I've
mhm.
heard in terms of gun reform is that there should be, more diligent background checks. It should just be harder obtaining one, essentially. Um,
That
as is in New York, to get to you,
right.
Dub.
New York City,
As
the
in New
gun
York,
laws.
right? It's
Mhm,
pretty
mhm.
strict.
Well,
It's
what can
pretty
they
hard.
do?
And in
What
this
I'm saying.
in this case, right? I don't know where the shooter resided, but I know he
Out
traveled
west.
across state lines, right?
Hey,
So he wasn't a resident of New York to begin with.
nah,
I don't
nah, he
know.
Illegal
wasn't.
guns.
Yeah, was it?
He was,
Do we know? Was that a legal gun that
I
he
think he's from
owned?
Nevada.
was in Vegas in Nevada.
Nevada, right
He
here.
had a he was licensed out there.
He was
Yeah.
licensed, so
So
that's a
not
licensed gun that he was owning, right?
He decided to
oh
drive to New
yeah.
York City.
But it is
Oh, he drove
illegal.
to New York.
It is illegal to cross state lines, despite it being licensed. No, or what's the ruling on that?
Us- Cops is not gonna know because unless he does something, unless he's maybe like there's a police stop, and then they be able to maybe check his vehicle at some point.
Mm,
But nah, man, that's hard to prevent that, brother.
right,
Real
right,
talk, you know
right,
what I
right.
mean?
No, I understand.
Hmm.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm pro gun. It's funny. I talked to my wife about it a lot. She was not like she was very much against guns when we first started dating, but I think she's come around a bit and understood. especially now having kids, whole nine, just, out of the sheer fact of wanting to protect family, whatever, just in case, civil war breaks out, who the hell knows, but, I'm pro-gun. I don't see anything wrong with it. I agree with you. I think it, comes down to the individual. In this guy's case, clearly a mental health case.
Yeah.
I know they're throwing out the motive of CTE and all that, and I don't see the ties there unless this guy's really suffering from CTE. You could argue that it's pursuing his decision making and things like that. That's a hard stretch for me, but. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to hear your thoughts on it. What you thought about, gun reform, things like that. I mean, like so you agree, you would think that, American people should wholeheartedly be
I
able
think,
to,
yeah,
to arm
they should
themselves.
be able to own their guns.
Yeah.
I really do. The majority of Americans, they're responsible, bro.
Mm,
You know what I mean? That I not understanding. You have to practice gun safety.
mm,
And it's very important, man. And you
yeah.
should be able to bear firearms. That's one of the First Amendments. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Right.
you know what I mean. So we should be able to bear firearms, and
Yeah.
that's my opinion. Mhm.
Absolutely, bro. I agree with you. Absolutely. Um, moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on with that. Hold on, really quick. Maybe pull my stuff up. So, obviously, you talk about the impact, the reminders that the mass shooting brings up to you and things
Yeah,
like
a
that.
lot of yeah,
And
man.
I can only imagine some of the things that you've seen over the 20-year span, things like that. Talk a little bit
I,
about your personal impact, what you may have seen others go through, depression, suicide, things like that, in the department, or with them for yourself, however you want
yeah,
to take it.
I've witnessed a lot in my 20 years. I started in Brownsville. I
Mm,
started out there, very aggressive area, and I seen a lot of just shootings throughout it, and I responded to a lot of shootings
mm,
throughout my career, bro. And just from the public standpoint, and then officers involved shootings, man, and responding to car stops is dangerous.
mm-hmm.
Officers being shot and things like that. It's a constant fear. It's a constant fear, but at the same time, we have a job to do, and you have to be professional doing this job, and you can't get caught up with your emotions. One of the issues that I had, a lot of times we didn't have a chance to digress
Mm,
until we retired.
right,
We had
right.
to face this type of like trauma, and we didn't have an avenue to express and talk to other people, because you would be penalized because
Mm,
of something may affected you, but you're looked upon as like you're superhuman. You
mm,
understand?
like
But
weak, like you coming off as weak, like suck it up type. Is it a little bit of
it was
toxic masculinity? Is that what you?
yeah,
Yeah,
my job is a lot of bravado, a lot of
that's
bravado.
it, baby.
Uh, Uh, man, a lot of times you had to be strong out here,
Mm,
especially you out there. Especially you in a patrol car with your partner, his life in your hands,
mm,
and your life is in his hands. So you got to protect each other. So when you out here in the streets, man, you really got to be aware of your surroundings.
mm,
Um, I've been involved in car stop shootings. I've been and it was very like very intense, man. And you really gotta your training kicks in.
mm,
When you're training, taking cover, things like that, and your verbal commands. The verbal commands is like you want to see people's hands and things of that nature. That's your training.
mm,
So we're constantly training. A lot of times it don't always go the way the public may see it,
mm,
but we're all this is we're all living in a imperfect world. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
But the majority of the cops that I know, they did their job professionally. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot, bro. It was very intense, man. And a lot I responded to a lot of crime scenes throughout my career. Young individuals dead, DOA, officer shootings, man. It was a lot throughout my whole career, and like I said, we don't really have a way to really express that and to be able to be human. And a lot of times, it affects us from a like an anxiety aspect of it, and it's not natural because you're internalizing these experiences where a lot of people don't understand it, so then after a while you become feeling like you're on an island, and then you got to navigate your personal life on top of
You
all of
can
this, man.
sounds like you can lose yourself easily.
Yeah, bro, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, and it's a lot of pressure that a lot of officers deal with. Like I said, the brother, he was out there just trying to provide for his family, and he was there on his day off. He died. So that's a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean. So it's a very intense job, brother. Very intense, man. And you don't know what your day is gonna be after roll call. You'll
Right.
get your assignment from your sergeant, and then from there, anything could happen during that day. A robbery, you're responding to all type of jobs, robberies or rapes or domestics. Domestics are the most dangerous jobs you would have to deal with,
Right. You were, yeah,
especially in
explaining
housing.
that. Yeah.
So in housing, you're dealing with
Explain. Yeah, explain to the people. They understand that a little bit.
like
Yeah.
a domestic call is when two parties living together, they're disputing amongst each other. So that's what a domestic. It could be family, or it could be boyfriend girlfriend, or mother and father, or it could be a mother or a child. That's a domestic. You know what I mean? So when you're dealing with those type of jobs, you got weapons in the kitchen.
Right.
So you got knives, you got different type of any type of weapons in these homes because you're entering somewhere that you're not familiar with. You
Right.
understand?
Right.
So you know what I mean. So it's very and there's no real place to take cover in these type of situations. So that's when your training kicks in, but you really can't train for certain scenarios.
Right. Right.
So yeah, man, and they were very intense, and I dealt with those the majority of my career, especially working in housing. Those were the biggest calls that we had in housing. I must have responded to about over 10,000 domestic calls throughout my 13
Jesus
career,
Christ.
years. You know, like and just in housing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's been some crazy calls, a
That's
lot
a
of
lot.
yeah, 10,000, and then you gotta see these situations. You seeing people in their worst. You understand? So that takes its toll on you
Ken, there's
as
something
a
you said earlier. You're talking about how there's never opportunity to decompress or to, to
yeah.
exhale. Because you probably,
Nah,
and I was thinking about when you said that, I was trying to put myself in those shoes. Even if you go on vacation, you're coming right back 5 days
in
off.
the same
You
environment. You gotta
so where I get to is, so you join the force in your mid 20s, you leave in your 40s.
mhm.
With that kind of level of focus you have to staying on the job, when does you get a chance to mature from a 25-year-old or a 45-year-old or evolve as a person? Is it doesn't seem like you get a regular opportunity to do that like someone else would do doing a 9 to 5.
Right.
You may mature from
As a cop.
as a cop, but as a
Right.
as a man, and yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. You mature as a cop, right? But as a man, as a human,
You
it's
miss
very
out.
hard, bro, and you're really stuck, and
I
you're
was just
trying to
like, wow.
yeah, man, and it take its toll, brother, and it's taking its toll on me in my personal life,
Mhm.
and a lot of times you want to just escape, but you're trying to deal with what you've been dealing with at work, but you don't have time for your your regular life.
I never thought
right.
about it that way, you guys, man. I always thought about the danger and the community and the politics, but just the time for yourselves. You guys don't have it.
Nah,
This
brother.
the mental time that me and Maddie always talk about on Mondays. You guys don't have that opportunity.
Nah, and then like I said, if you try to reach out to someone, they want to penalize you. How you not how
How
they
about like but they got like the
we had
department therapist,
counselors, right?
right?
They got therapists, but you gotta be careful what you say to these therapists because they could put you on like a psych
So keeping
evaluation.
it real can go wrong in a sort of
Yeah,
way.
man, and then they take your guns away from you,
Yeah,
depending on
yeah.
what you
Damn,
tell them. And then
damn.
you know to have your guns, that's
Yeah, yeah,
your livelihood. You understand? You can't work. You
yeah.
can't do overtime. You can't do any these type of things, man, to take care of yourself, man.
I was
And this is
sorry,
yeah,
Ken. Yeah, continue what you're saying. I'll get you back.
nah, that's hard. It's hard to navigate through that, man. But yeah, we don't mature as a man on that level. Only as a cop, bro. You
Wow.
know, that's why you find a lot of brothers or officers and sisters who stay longer than they may have wanted, but
Mm,
all they know is that job.
mm.
You know why?
Like
Because
yeah,
you can't function out here in society. It becomes to
that's
that
wow.
point. It's deep, man. It's a
It's like
psychological
institutionalized
Right,
almost. Like
right, right, right.
and you
wow.
have a lot of people that wind up staying. And you know what happens? Another aspect that people don't talk about it. When you wind up leaving or that job goes away, you feel like you don't have nothing
Mm,
left. You
mm.
wind up trying to hurt yourself, bro. It's deep, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah,
man,
yeah.
man,
That's gonna be a great segue into the next question. But before I get there, and Dub, good job for circling back to that. That's kind of where I wanted to go back to too. That hit me on a different level as well when he mentioned that. I have a stat for you guys. Approximately 45% of officers that were referred to clinicians for ongoing confidential professional help, approximately 45% of them were, referred, seeking out, things like that. All those 45% eventually came back to the force, full duty, no career disruption, or chose to retire. But you see there's a high demand in seeking out those services for whatever reason. Like you said, Ken, they may be deterred away from doing so because it can mean, taking you off the street. It could mean, taking away everything that you know, right?
Yep,
As being an NYPD officer. So it's
yep.
a shame that it has to be that way. Like I think there should be some sort of reform or change in that sense because
About a double-edged sword, man.
right, because you guys, it's a difficult job.
Yeah,
We all understand this. It's not easy. There's a lot of decisions you guys got to make, and split-second decisions that could mean life or death, not only for you
yep,
but for somebody
yeah,
else. And the worst part of it all is, like you said, it's nonstop. You finish that one call, and well, it's off to the
excellent.
next.
Yep.
We
And if
know
you're
it.
thinking
We
about
know
it
it
before you
well.
go to bed, they're thinking about it.
Sure,
Sometimes,
sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
We.
was some time. There was some times throughout my patrol career, I would answer, especially in a busy command. I'm answering about 20 jobs
Mm,
during my tour. And it's nonstop job, bro. And they all
12
sometimes
hours.
heavy jobs. When I mean a heavy job, a
right.
male with a gun, a robbery, any type of anything, yeah, anything like that. Shots fired jobs, shots fired. Like it's a lot of stuff, bro. Like and it's constant. 20 jobs throughout especially a regular sector. That a sector is like a patrol car. They patrol the sector, and then I answered at least 20 jobs in one day. I mean one tour. And one tour is about my shift. You understand me? So yeah, you answering those type of jobs, man, and it's nonstop, bro. And you don't have the opportunity to make a mistake, bro.
Mm,
and that's consistently. You had to be like that, on point. Your head got to be in the game. That's what we call it. Your head has to be in the game. You don't got time to think about any personal things.
Sure.
You understand?
No,
You
I
thinking
mean
about
it's demanding, it's demanding.
commander. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can I relate, having worked in EMS, I know W can relate too. You get some of those, big time emergency calls, you work in a cardiac arrest and it don't matter what the fuck's going on in your personal life. You better show up and show up fast. And
Yeah.
or else, things happen. And I can only imagine that feeling intensifies, especially when you're staring down the barrel of a gun, or things like that, or
That's
just
crazy.
knowing,
Right?
danger is lurking around that corner.
Corner. Oh man, I mean like nonstop, bro. And that's definitely I did that a lot in my career.
Mm.
And your head got to be in the game. You can't snooze or lose, brother.
Yeah.
You gotta go home to your family. That was our biggest thing at roll call. Make sure you go to home. You go home to your family the same that you came into work.
Yeah.
You understand me? We gotta survive out here, bro.
Arrive
And
alive, baby. Arrive alive. And that don't mean just to the call. That means going home too. So.
man. So it's and it's very important, man. But yeah,
Mm.
man. It was a fun. There was other aspects of it that was fun. Me hanging out with my comrades
Mm.
and having fun and talking, cracking. It was good. We had a lot of camaraderie, getting to know each other, knowing each other's like personal lives,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a beautiful feeling. It wasn't always negative. I'm not gonna sit here and say everything was all net bad. But we had a good unit, good command, a lot of good brothers and sisters, man. And I enjoyed the ride, but it came to a close,
Mm.
after 20 years, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and I'm thankful for that I made it out, because there's a lot of people that I know that didn't make it out of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah.
like I was saying before, it's a good segue. You talk about guys struggling after retiring and kind of not being W mentioned it almost to the point of being institutionalized, not knowing what to really do with themselves, things like that. Speak about that a little bit, especially for you.
Yeah.
Life after NYP. Did you struggle in that sense? Did you transition in a way it was okay? It's time to relax. Like how was it for
Uh,
you?
it was very hard for me, bro. When I left the job, I felt so alone. I
Mm,
didn't have anything. I was one of those officers that I my job was my escape,
mm,
you know. After it was an escape from my reality, and I had to sit in my reality after I left, and
mm,
then all I knew was to work. So I
mm,
tried to work right after, and I felt so like lost and like out of place. I questioned my decision. If should I have left the job? My
mm,
goals was spend more time with my children and to relearn them, because I didn't. Just forgot them. I
mm,
forgot who I was. One of my goals was to spend more time with my mother and
mm,
things like that, which I've been accomplishing that. But right as soon as I left, bro, I was just so lost. I was so depressed.
mm,
I was going through it. My anxiety was bad. I didn't know what to do with myself.
mm,
I had to try to function in this world, and I felt so out of place, man. I was trying to work just to do other things to bring some more income, but it was like I felt like I was losing my mind. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? And
mm,
and um, I was doing security gigs here and there, but it wasn't the same as it was with NYPD,
mm-hmm.
and I had to sit in my reality and my home situation. It was a lot of stuff that I had to deal with. You know what I mean? And it was tough, man. It was tough for me.
How do you think
And
that is, Ken? Like when it gets taken away or when it's over, like that crash, like that hangover crash afterwards is so tough, especially for that profession. I mean, I'm sure it's like that for a lot of professions here with athletes, but with you guys, it really sounds real hard, like a brutal time, like post the career. Why do you think that is?
because
Since you're
it's the job. Is because that job is like adrenaline, is like a adrenaline
Mm-hmm.
ride, right? Because you don't know what your day is gonna be each day. So that's like a rush, and it is nothing like that.
just
It's
don't
like a drug. You
Right.
understand? So now you
I
don't
get
have
it.
that drug no more.
It's
You
taken away.
can't function. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't have that. It's like that job could be a high and it could be a downer. You understand me? So it's hard to
Wow.
adjust, man. And it's the authority that you had, the power,
Mm-hmm.
especially up behind that badge. You know, now you gotta adjust and be like a regular person, bro.
You can't tell them shit no more. Yeah,
Nah,
that
now
part.
you a lot of people can't deal with that. You know what I
Yeah,
you know don't think about that part of it. Me, that was never really my issue
yeah, yeah,
because I
yeah, yeah.
was before I
It's not
was a
like a
cop.
personality thing with different people. You said some people can't deal with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys they took their lives after they left this job because they
Mm.
couldn't deal, they couldn't function out here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, bro, it's a lot, man. It's
You
a lot. It's a
Ken,
lot.
you mentioned your struggles, you mentioned the anxiety, things like that. Did you ever, once consider, taking your life? You look back on some of the suicide rates. For some odd reason, I was finding a stat before back in 2019, 2020. There was like an astronomical jump in suicide rates in the NYPD. Any reason for that? I know like pandemic looming, things like that. Did that play a high role? I know you were gone in 22, so
So
it was a little bit after that. Any reason? Is it something that you ever considered yourself? If you want to share with us, if not, it's all good. I hear you. But
I think it was that for the officers that at that time I remember that and it really broke my heart, man. And it really I was so distraught when I heard those stories, bro. And it was really very devastating because I had a good friend of mine's that killed himself in front of me.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And when I was young and
Damn.
on career, bro. Right in PSA 3, man. One of my young boys, man, and he couldn't deal with the stress and he couldn't function. And a lot of times it's like your mind is something in your mind. It triggers, man. And I just see his face to the day. And he was a beautiful spirit, man. He would give you his shirt off his back if you needed it, you know. And it was a lot of cops, man. But yeah, man. What it is that it's just trying to function, and maybe trying to balance with their families, also with their job.
mm,
That's a high demanding job,
right, right.
and you know. But for me, I went through a lot of struggles and stuff like that, similar, and I had to get help, bro. I had to get help. I'm thankful, and I went, you know, I broke down. I broke down myself. I had a mental breakdown and stuff, you know,
Mm,
and and I went through it. I went through it, bro. I went through it, man. I lost myself, man. You know, I dealt with the depression and the anxiety, and I didn't know how to function.
mm,
And I went through a health scare, still battling that. But for me, one of the and that health scare, right? I look at it. It's a how you say it made me strong,
mm,
right? Because I really found, see, for me, my journey where that to help me is finding Christ. And I don't mean it like, but that's just that was my that's I think that health scare it brought me to where I'm at now. I could sit here in front of y'all strong than what I was before. You know understand me? And I got stronger with that. And that's my journey, you know. And we're gonna go through all of us is gonna go through certain challenges in our lives, but we have to find strength through those challenges. You
mm,
understand? So, and I'm just thankful.
Healthcare was a blessing in disguise.
It was a blessing. Yes, yes, that's a blessing for me, man. I got a relationship with my Lord and Savior.
mm.
You know, and I gave my life to Christ. I got saved. I got baptized, and it's a blessing, you know. And I'm thankful to be here with y'all, man, because it didn't seem like it was a bright way for me. You know what I'm saying? and I'm just thankful to be here, bro. And I went through a lot.
So,
I felt like I
Ken,
went through a lot. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Mhm.
I'm a question for you. So like, when you were talking about being lost at post retirement, so did your health issue help find? You're saying it helped find that, get you out of that. It found, give you like a place to look at, to focus on. Is that what you're saying?
Let's say that again. I'm sorry. Did that again. Say that
I say
again.
you're saying like what you were talking about before about being in that darkness post the
Oh,
career after
yes,
retirement.
yes, sir.
Did the health issues you were saying, were you saying that the health issues kind of get you right locked in and finding yourself after the
Yes.
retirement? Did that was what
Yeah,
helped get you out the darkness for actual
because
health issues?
because when I was in that dark place, right after that is when I had my health issue, right? And all these things I felt like it just hit me at one time, bro. I feel like I got hit with like a nuclear bomb, and it made me to bring me to that place where I am at now, and I look at it in that perspective, I don't feel like everything happens for no reason. It happens for a reason. And I'm just thankful to be here where I'm at right now, and I have my mind intact, and I have my spirit stronger than it's ever been. And I want to be a conduit to other people and other brothers and sisters who need somebody to talk to, and that's one of my goals I want to accomplish right now in my retirement. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people, and I want others, but I want other brothers and sisters to know that they'll be safe to talk to me.
Mm.
Because a lot of times people don't feel safe to talk to
Right.
other people,
Right.
and I've been through it, man. I've been through it, and that comes with strength. The more of us together, the more stronger that we are, in my
Absolutely.
mind.
Absolutely. Ken, did
So
you
yeah.
Community.
seek therapy afterwards? I know you kind of kind of alluded to it a little bit. Did you actually see a
Yes,
therapist? What did you do to help
I
you
was
through those
speaking.
rough times?
I spoke to a therapist. At first I was speaking to a therapist out east. I was
Mm.
going there for a while. I was going to her, and I was talking to her, and then I found another brother that I was speaking to on like Zoom. I was speaking to him,
Mm.
and it was helping me. But for me, I really feel like finding Christ, it brought
Mm.
me that peace that I've never experienced in my life, bro.
Mm.
It gave me that will to want to move forward and really understand who I am. And a lot of times I don't think I knew who I was, bro. I was
Mm.
being fake on that job because you didn't have the opportunity to really be yourself. You
Right.
understand?
Right. Right. Right.
That's the issue too with a lot of cops. A lot of times they gotta keep these feelings and emotions and bottled up.
Mm.
And a lot of times, what's going to happen? You're going to explode, bro.
Right.
And that's why
Right.
you got people officers hurting themselves.
Mm.
You understand? So that's a big reason why the suicide was going crazy in those years, man.
Mm. Right. Right.
And it was tough, man. It was tough, man. But I'm thankful that I went through what I went through, and I look at it as a blessing in disguise. And I'm not done, and God is not done with me.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that. You know what I mean? And
What
and I'm
if there's
Mhm.
something that you could change in regards to that? Like with the department overall, if there's something that you could critique in that sense, like how would that change? Like because clearly, the job is so demanding in a mental health aspect. Like we need to do more, to reach the department and help these guys, and especially even in, like you said, life after NYPD. Like there needs to be more, maybe programs, things like that. Whatever it is, like what do you suggest? Would be a
Okay.
good method.
So the doctors that they set up for us to talk to in like this, like the medical area. It's called the medical division. But
Okay.
these doctors, they are they're not understanding. These doctors are not cops. I
Mm.
think personally, NYPD, they should have they should hire like some sort of like liaisons
Mm-hmm.
that are retired and that's been cops before to be able to talk to officers, because it's not the people who did the job before, they are the best to talk to the people going through certain situations. You understand me?
Right,
So
right.
I think there should be another way where officers can talk to people that they could that they could trust to with. You know, I personally think that should be a way. Somehow, you know, like a professional where they could speak to someone, and also that they don't have to feel that they're going to be penalized
Right,
for
right, right.
discussing their issues, because people have domestic problems.
Mm-hmm.
People have
Yeah.
problems from going, like, how could you focus on work when you got issues at home, bro?
Yeah.
And you gotta have, and you gotta run in, you gotta patrol in these streets. You gotta, your head gotta be clear.
Mm.
And I know a lot of people that I worked with throughout my career, and they was dealing with those type of problems, and it was hard for them to function.
Right.
Because even if your head is clear, now you're putting your personal life, your family to the side now.
And it's hard. Say me and you together, and we in a patrol car, and I'm going through it. How can I be there for you when my mind is somewhere else?
Right.
You understand? So you got to pretend like everything is okay, and that's how people go through it, and that's how people they wind up committing suicide.
Breaking down eventually because you
Breaking down.
continuously live
Oh,
in this fake.
How much can a person take?
Right.
And you said there's no break, it doesn't end. It's your whole career. It just keeps going. It keeps going.
Oh,
going.
constant. You know what I mean? So, I would they should have something like that, bro. To answer your question, they should have like some sort of where retired guys or whoever could talk to these other officers, man, that could give them sort of counsel and be able to like be transparent to them.
Mm.
You know, you never know where that conversation will go. A conversation can go a long way, bro.
Yeah.
You could save a life, brother.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
and if you it's some words, that's what helped me. I had a lot of friends that would talk to me, bro. Like, yo, and I needed that conversation, and I needed that.
Mm.
You know, that's the best thing that I had.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of support, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful for that, you know. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I
mean,
hope.
that needs to, that needs to change. I have a lot of cop friends, and from my experience talking with them, they're very sheltered dudes. And it's like
You
that's
isolate yourself.
right. It's not okay. It's just not okay. Especially listen, I was first responder for a couple of years. I understand what you guys. I see what you guys deal with on a day to day. And it's not okay if you're not talking. It doesn't have to be a therapist, but a close friend, a family member, whatever it is. Like, there needs to be some sort of outlet. You can't be bottling that up. And on top of that, like you said, it's call after call after call, and then there's no relief. You maybe you could do a little vacation, but you're right back to it. You barely have any time to your own personal life to do anything. If you have family, friends, kids, your wife, if you have one, whatever, spouse, constantly stressed whether or not you'll come home. It's like this constant, like, walking on eggshells in every aspect of your life, and that needs to be talked about far more.
Yeah, man.
I know society is heavily critical on the
That's
NYPD.
another part of it too. That's another aspect of it too. We're internalizing how the public treat us.
Mm, yeah,
We're reading or we're what the media is saying about us.
sure.
The pictures that they paint us. How could you going out here, people hate you, bro. And
Yeah,
then you got to deal with that from every angle.
yeah.
And then you're dealing with the job angle, and then your personal life angle. How
Hmm.
could it's like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, bro.
Hmm.
A lot of
And
that
it's
during the
like,
2010s as well. The cops versus the community. There was a lot of that during the late going into 2012 into 2019. So
mhm,
many incidents. We got to get into them, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Matt knows what I mean.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm sure that had to do it a lot with and
mhm,
that was when the department. It felt like the mayor and the department had the beef, and the
yeah,
cops not feeling a whole bunch. You guys know.
the low
And
morale,
it
a
seemed
lot
like
of
I was a lot of stress because you guys felt like everyone was turning on you guys at the time. That was the prevalent feeling. Am I wrong?
no, you're right. The real low morale. We felt like it's
The
the high.
morale, the morale was at the lowest. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, Ken. Go
He
ahead.
had the high demand from you, from the public. The public was coming down on you, and then don't forget they had all those shootings throughout the country
Right.
from the
Right. The
Floyd, the
Ferguson,
riot,
all of them.
riots, all
Right.
of that. You know what I'm saying? And then even though those things happen in other states, we
It was a
was
perfect
affected
storm,
by
man.
that here. You know, and it was a lot, bro. I worked through that, and it was hard, brothers. It
Yeah.
was
Being
very
a black cop in the city and then the black community probably tough too. Even that part of it as well.
you a black guy while you co-signing this. I used to hear that. I was called the Uncle Tom.
Right.
I mean, I
Right.
on and on, bro. I used to hear that all the time, man. Just negative, derogatory, the sayings towards me, bro. And it was nonstop.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Your own people, you feel like your own people against you.
Yeah.
And as a black cop, yeah, that part of it too. Wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It
Do
was
You
tough.
guys don't get
I
you
can.
guys don't get enough money. I didn't get enough. I wasn't.
Nah,
I used
not
to
for
always
that.
say that y'all supposed to get more money. I used to always say that you guys got to
You trying to take care of
give
your
cops more
family?
money, man.
Well,
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
I,
They
I,
gonna
s-
be
Yeah.
pissed off too. You guys do more money.
I will play devil's advocate a little bit though, Ken. You know,
Right.
Yeah, man.
and I sympathize with you. But do you think there's any merit to that thought? You know, like the argument is, well, you guys, tend to turn a blind eye, things like that. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of this and that. A lot of bad. A lot of maybe malpractice within the department. Like what are your thoughts on that? Obviously, in any
Um,
agency, federal, national, local, there's some
I was,
bad eggs, right?
I was
See
gonna say,
what that kind of power, right?
you gotta understand these people that's in charge of these departments. They're humans. They're corrupt. They're gonna have certain issues with them, but that should not be a whole reflection of a whole department.
Mm,
You understand? So I'm not who these people are.
mm-hmm.
So like it's part of the territory, but there's a lot of stuff. If you look back what happened with all these other chiefs throughout the past year, you've seen it. The
Mm-hmm.
mayors, these other people, you've seen it.
Right.
And
Right,
it's
right,
it's
right.
it's
Yeah, the
bad,
overtime, pay for play.
all these a lot of corruption. You know what I mean? It was tough to work through that to work through that. You know what I mean? Because that's not who I was. But yeah,
Ken, give me a second there, real quick. Dubby, restart your camera real quick. Pop for me. All right, we got to make sure you're good to go because you're getting a little fuzzy there, mister. All right. All right, I think we lost Dubby for a second. We got connectivity issues with him. All right, don't worry about that. We'll get that squared away. But continue, Ken. Just thoughts. I understand, bro. It's a tough gig.
yeah.
Not easy one way or the other. But something
Mhm.
needs to change. Something needs to change in terms of the way the public views you. Because I understand, like, it's necessary. Police force is necessary on a level. Right? Like we need you guys. We need you there. Without you, havoc would just reign. How do you think you can shift the public's eye? Within the department, or has it shifted already? Um, you know, a
And
lot.
that's a tough question. I just think it's gonna we're gonna need help of from the public, man. I think that you need more conversations, man. You
Mm,
need to have more. You need to have the public understand how how it is to be a cop. I think maybe you have more ride alongs. I
yeah.
think that they were doing that for a while. They should have more of that. You know, have more ride-alongs to see how we work and the type of things that we have to deal with on a day-by-day basis. They was doing that for a while. I think they went away from that. So I think that may be an idea. Have more ride-alongs to see what we had to deal with. You know, me, I worked in some real aggressive areas and
Mm.
communities. Working in Brownsville is like you couldn't even understand it. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's what I had to deal with on a day by day basis. You know what I'm saying? Very aggressive, very anti-police. You know, and it was a lot. It was a lot, man. And that will turn you. That definitely affects you. I would be a liar if I would sit here and tell you that I wasn't affected from that.
Yeah.
You know, you know what I mean? But yeah, bro.
Well, like
Yeah,
you
man.
said, man. I mean, you mentioned it
I think that's an idea.
clearly. You're doing your thing and you're working through it. Let's talk. We mentioned we segued into life after NYPD and the struggles. Let's talk a little bit about you. I mean, I didn't even mention off the top of my show. I was a little too excited, getting a little crazy there. But
Mm,
yeah, I met you through my job. You were a
you
patient.
give him my
You know, you're a patient of mine. I was taking blood from you, and over there at I won't name the cancer center just to sake. We'll leave a little privacy for you there, but at the cancer center, and we've talked ever since. We bonded. Just I don't even know how it really began, but you and me, you were just such a lighthearted person. You
thank you,
come
bro.
in with such a smile, such a energy about you, and
Thank you, bro.
obviously going through what you're going through. Let's speak a little bit of that. Let the people know what you have been diagnosed with, what it is you've been battling with, and when it all started. I don't know. Did you actually? I'm a little fuzzy on it. Did you know about this prior to retiring, or this was all post retirement for you?
Post retirement, like
Okay.
like 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 it came back. I think it came from stress, and I didn't. I had my emotions and it was everywhere, and
Mm,
my body just broke down and couldn't deal with the stress no more because I had so much stuff that I was internalized or
mm-hmm.
whatever. It took its toll on me. So I've been dealing with brain cancer. They
Mm-hmm.
found the tumor. I got into a car accident, and then also had seizures and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how they found it, and they operated on me and they removed the tumor, but I'm still got to dealing with that right now,
Yeah.
because I gotta go back and forth to the doctors and stuff like that. But I'm optimistic. I feel strong because I have a higher power. To me, I know I'm here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not. I was fearful before. At times, it come and goes, but I'm stronger than I was before, because I didn't know what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm more educated, and I'm just battling, man, and fighting, and stuff like that, man. Um, yeah, so that's how we met.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. But I'm feeling good. I'm staying on top of my health. I made a lot of changes and stuff like that, and I relieved a lot of stress, and being stronger and really putting myself first and stuff like that is helping me.
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, man. For somebody that's been battling freaking brain cancer, you certainly seem to have just a nonchalant, like very, positive, laissez-faire attitude towards it. Because, man, I don't know how the hell I'd be coping with it. Yeah, I
It's
could
long.
I could go one or two ways, man. I'm either climbing Mount Everest or I'm maybe going into the bottom of a bottle or
I it
you know.
wasn't easy to get here to where I'm at right now, bro. It was God. It's put me here, man. I'm really strong with my faith, and I'm thankful for my church. I'm thankful for my pastor. I'm thankful for
Mm,
the prayers. I'm thankful for people for the supporting for me and rooting for me, and I feel the love, and it means a lot it means a lot to me, and I feel like the Most High, He has a special job for me,
mm,
honestly, and I just want to be able to help and to be able to tell my story.
Mm,
And thank you for giving me this platform to
mm,
tell my story first and
mm.
foremost, you know what I mean? But it's not gonna be our last time anyway, but
No, that's
you know
right.
what I mean? I'm just thankful to tell my story, man, and just sitting on the opposite side of your camera, brother.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful feeling to live. I appreciate my life. That's what taught me it. That's what this has taught me. This challenge, I call it a challenge,
mm,
but it's taught me to just appreciate everything, bro. Just breathing and the things that used to bother me don't bother me anymore, man.
mm,
And just I wanna, and there's hope out here, man. There's definitely hope, man. And I'm thankful, you know what I mean,
mm.
to be here, brother. So yeah, man.
Well, man,
One day at a
again,
time.
I'm thankful, for you coming on. And, before we get out of here, I know it's getting a little late. You've been going for a little while now. We did lose Dubby for all those that are watching in post. Dubby's dealing with some internet issues. So,
Oh,
we're fighting through the
mhm.
issues here, everybody. But before you go, bro,
Yeah.
you mentioned, what you're fighting through and everything. Talk a little bit about, if you don't mind, your treatment and the treatment plan going forward, where you're at, how you're feeling. I think the people, I know that, I've dealt with a lot of cancer in my family. Lost my father due to liver cancer. My godfather died of lung cancer. My mom battled um, colon cancer. Um,
Hmm.
my wife, my aunt, breast cancer. A lot of cancer in my family. I know a lot of friends and family as well. Um,
Yeah.
you know, how you feeling foremost, and
Um.
where are you at with your treatment wise? Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling good. My strength is up. Sometimes I'm like a little tired, a little like sleepy, but I haven't been they haven't started no chemo, nothing like that, no
Mm.
radiation. And they looking at like surgery or something
Right,
like
right,
that,
right, right. You
But
mentioned you
in that
did you did two surgeries. Am I correct?
I did one. I
You
did
did
one
one. Okay,
surgery.
you got. So, are they considering a second?
Yeah, yeah. So they wanted me to do that. I went through radiation. I went through chemo and stuff like that.
Right.
And I handled it,
Mm,
and the most I think it was more what it was playing on my mind.
mm-hmm.
Just really it wasn't, but just the medicine was really the most difficult part to me.
Mm.
The surgery wasn't bad for me. The radiation, it just really it wasn't bad,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Other than that, man, I'm feeling strong. I do a lot more holistic stuff now.
Okay.
I try I
What do you
try to
do?
I
What do
try
you do?
doing methane blue. I'm doing that. I'm doing some WB what's that? The oil. I got some oil right here. I got some oil. I'm doing some black seed oil as well.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot of different stuff. What else? I got MCT oil. I got that. I've been doing a lot of my own research, so man. So I've
Mm-hmm.
been doing that. A lot more fruits in my diet, man. I stay away from I had a lot of bad habits before too. I was drinking and I was doing a lot of that before. So I stay away from the
Have
alcohol.
you? I'm sorry to cut you. Have you ever experimented with THC oil? Now, before you judge. All right, it's not, doesn't get you high or anything. THC
Mm,
oil has, the oil specifically, not THC, not marijuana, not smoking or anything. THC
mm,
oil specifically has been
mm,
linked to killing cancer cells.
mm.
Have you looked into that at all?
I gotta
Because
look. I'm gonna look. I
yeah,
heard of it, but I haven't did no real research with that.
that
But
would be my first go to if ever I got cancer. I would immediately start ingesting THC oil. That's just
mhm.
me. I'm willing to try the black seed oil and whatever you got too. Sure,
Black seed,
let's throw it all in together. But the
whatever.
THC oil I've heard, man, it has done wonders for some people. I don't know, specifically in your case, but it really can't hurt. If for one, it doesn't get you like inebriated, you're not gonna get like high off of taking it. It's literally just the molecule that attacks that, specific. It's more medicinal than anything. You know what I'm saying? So,
I I just got a shipment or order with some peroxide. So I got some peroxide. I got some of that.
peroxide. Didn't
Yeah.
Trump do that during the pandemic? Wasn't he?
Oh, I heard it was bleach and shit. I
Oh
don't know
no,
something like
bleach! He's telling people, "Let's try
that.
drink bleach or whatever," and
But I got some of that. I
kill.
got some of that. I got
What
me
do you
some
mean? What do you do with peroxide? Will you ingest it for real?
you ingest it. Yeah, you do get one of the thing, and you just it's like you use the syringe and you ingest it through
Really?
your mouth. Really, yeah. They got the peroxide. I got some. I got parasite cleanse for my stomach. I got
Yeah, that can't hurt. That's a good thing. I should probably do that too.
wormwood. It's a
Yeah.
lot of different
Yeah.
natural things that I'm using, man. But I'm definitely using my methane blue. It's
Mm.
building up my immune system.
Okay.
I'm building up my immune system strong, and I'm just taking it one day at a time, man. Like I said, I'm just thankful each day. I'm thankful for each way, bro. I
Uh,
mean each day. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
yeah.
you're good, bro. That's all you can do, man. And I've met a lot of cancer patients, as you know. Just with my own experience, and then on the job, I get them all the time at work, and you have always been a very bright, shining light, and it's always good to see you when you come into the lab, and
Thank
I,
you
I
so much.
have no doubt, if there's ever a person that should get through it, not to say that anybody should not get through it, but
Yeah.
you are certainly well deserving, and you shouldn't have to be going through what it is you're going through right now. And having served this city for 20 plus years, we thank you. We
Hmm.
understand the struggles that you may have gone through. I know, all, albeit met with a lot of criticism at times, not specifically you, but the department in itself, and we talked about that on tonight's show. But I understand, a job's got to be done, and
Yeah.
I'm always willing to see both sides and understand that there is a human behind that shield, behind that badge,
Yes,
and
sir. Yes.
it's somebody's got to do it, man, and it's a
Yeah.
tough gig,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
I respect you, love you
Thank,
for it, and just
thank you
love
so much.
everything about you, man, and everything, and
No problem.
I hope you come on here at some point and you tell me you're cancer free and
Yeah, man.
life is
Definitely.
good, and you're out at your new home that you've been smoking around. Well, you don't have to tell it where you're going, but let the people know what you're doing right now, what you're getting busy with. You got a little a move on the way.
Yeah, try to
Yeah.
move some go. That's looking at like Jersey and everything like that to get out there for a little bit, clear my head, get out of the city, man.
You have to,
You
man. You have to. Yeah.
see something different than this New York City, man. I've been up here. I went to school here. I raised a family out here. I was a cop for 20 years.
Hmm.
It's time to try. It's time to try something different for me. And
Listen,
then that's
man, the
I'm
countryside,
excited.
although we're talking about Jersey, but it's still a little bit of country.
Yeah,
It's definitely suburbia.
yeah,
um,
definitely.
that's what you need, bro. Get out there, a little bit of nature. Maybe start your own little garden over there. Okay, listen, if you need anything with garden tips, I'm your guy. All right, I love growing my little tomatoes. I got potatoes, whatever you need. I'll come
Nice.
set up the house. All right, we'll start growing the herbs, all the natural herbs. We'll cook up some good remedies for you. All right,
Think that-
I'm your guy, bro.
Also, I also added me some soursop too, because I was reading up on
Okay,
sour.
I've
So
heard
I
of
got some.
that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really good. It's better
yeah.
than chemo. So you get you some soursop. I'm
Mm.
big on that. So I get the soursop. I make my drinks
Where do
with
you
some
get
pine.
that? Where do you get that? I don't know.
Well, you gotta look up on that. But it was so serious. I was ordering my soursop from Miami, so I was paying for that. So now I found some soursop.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was trying to take it serious. So I
Yeah.
found me some soursop at my local grocery store, and I grabbed up whatever I needed. So and now I'm gonna make my drinks tomorrow, and I'm gonna freeze them. I'll add like some ginger, some lime,
Okay.
and some coconut water, and I drink that, bro.
Yeah.
I use that, and it's a blessing, man. I eat a lot more fruits and watermelon, and I just stay on that, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm pushing myself, eating a lot more vegetables nowadays, pretty much, So yeah,
All right. Well, I
that's
mean, listen, you're clearly on it, bro, and you're being proactive and you're trying other alternatives, and I
man.
respect
Yes,
that wholeheartedly because listen, chemo and radiation and surgery, although
serious.
sometimes necessary, not
Yeah,
not the route. Not the way to go.
no,
And I've seen it with too many people, man. Took down my father real quick. You know what I'm saying? I wish, unfortunately for my father's case, we kind of found out a little bit too late. He was already stage 4 before we, could really do anything. And then it went quickly. He went, I think, within like a matter of 2 or 3 months.
wow,
So it's tough. But I mean, clearly, bro, continue to do what you're doing. You look great. I
thank
mean, Jesus, you would never know. You look great. You're a
you,
tall
sir.
guy, healthy, looking good.
Yes,
I was gonna ask you before, and it just popped up. In how old are you kids?
My son is what's that little
Is it
lie?
only
He's
one? You got no.
no,
You got two, right?
yeah, my daughter's 15.
Right.
Yes, 15
How
year old, yeah,
how much? 15 and what?
15 year and 8 year old,
Mm,
18 year old.
mm.
Yeah, so yeah,
Precious ages, man. Precious ages. It's a beautiful thing, man. And then
yeah,
you get to enjoy it now. That's the beautiful part about it. You get to settle down, do your thing. Um, you're not working currently anymore. I know you mentioned you tried working a little bit, doing a little security gigs, things like that. After NYPD, have you done anything recently? Are you not trying to?
no, I'm just not. I'm just chilling right now, bro. I don't really not. I don't have the energy. Like
Hmm.
it's nothing out there really. I mean, there's good jobs out there, but I'm just like
Sure, sure.
I just don't want to. I don't know. I ain't got it. I ain't got the desire right now. Just the
That's fine,
motivation.
bro. If you
Yeah,
listen, you have the financial means to not work by all friggin' means, man. Enjoy yourself.
yeah.
Go out
It's
there
just
in suburbia, enjoy yourself, and try to pick up some other hobbies, do some things. I know, obviously, while you focus on your treatment, you focus on all that. But yeah, there's a whole nother
yeah.
life to live, man. And
Yes, sir. Definitely. Yup.
that's it, bro.
Ex-
And
Yeah.
you mentioned that you talk about your relationship with God, the Bible study, the whole nine.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to throw in a plug or anything like that? What is
Yes.
there a
Oh,
specific church that you affiliate yourself with?
my church is called Christ Embassy of
Mm,
Queens. So Christ Embassy is it's a big subsidiary from and they're based out of Nigeria, but they have different branches throughout the world, all
mm,
over the world. I'm talking about
mm,
Germany, anywhere, and it's a big following, and my pastors and is wonderful, man. And my pastors, his name is Tongo, and then I have
mm,
a spiritual brother, his brother Danny, and sister Barbara. My church is Christ Embassy, and I would
mm,
love your viewers,
mm.
listeners. I would love them to just check it out, man. And we have a beautiful church, man. And it's like it's family, you know. And it really got me through so much, man. And it brought much peace in my life, man.
Mm.
And and, and I'm just so thankful. I'm just so thankful, bro. What how I found it, and I felt like it happened for a reason,
Mm.
you know. This journey was meant to be for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I really feel that in my heart.
It's a beautiful
So it's
thing,
turned
bro.
me,
It's a
made me into a
beautiful.
better man. It turned me to a better man. I'm more spiritual, and I can never take none of that away. You
Hmm.
know?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, man,
So
it's a beautiful thing, bro. And I will, in post, I will, drop all that information in the description
appreciate that.
for people
Thank
to,
you.
if they're interested and find out.
Yeah.
Um, my
Yep.
pleasure.
Mhm.
I respect all faiths and things like that, and I'm always willing to hear you guys out, and then just honor that. It's a beautiful thing, man. If it
And so
works for you, it works for you. It's you know.
I appreciate that. Yup.
It's
Yeah.
everything,
So
bro. This is life. This is a beautiful thing. Um,
that's
I did want to mention. I know we got somebody. You'll love this, Cat. All right. Before I let you go, but we got
what's up?
somebody. We got somebody coming from India right now. Okay, in the chat.
Okay.
Matty, a returner, a listener of the show. Just
Okay.
want to shout out. Good morning to you, Matty. It is 8:25 a.m. in India right now. And we have
Oh
a
wow.
listener from India checking us out right now. So that's
That's
awesome.
dope.
Yeah, and Maddie, thank you for showing up as always.
Thank you, Matt.
I don't know if you were here with us earlier, Maddie, but you got to check this show out in post. It's been a great one. Full interview with my man here, Kenneth Singletary. All right, he's a
Yes.
retired NYPD officer in New York. Just a beautiful journey that we unfold with him throughout this show. Please watch it back. We will have it on YouTube. Of course, you can always check the whole episode out on Twitch as well, the unedited version. But if you want to watch the post-edited version on YouTube, I'll have that up for you tomorrow, Maddie, and for anybody else that's interested. Ken,
Yes, sir.
it's been a long night, man. I know you got some plans. We're about to hit the 11 o'clock hour.
Okay.
We're gonna cut to a little short break here. But did you want to say anything, for the listeners out there, for anybody that's watching in post, some final goodbyes, anything, bro,
I
would be appreciated.
I want to thank all your listeners for taking their time to listen to my story. It's a real story. It's a raw story. Um, um, my path and my journey. I just want. I hope that I hope I'm an inspiration to any of your listeners, and I know for me, God is the way, and I put Him first in my life, and I just God bless your listeners, and I love this show, and I appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Man, I appreciate you, bro.
Thanks, Ken.
This
Thank you, Ken.
This really has been an amazing show all around. I can't wait, to hear, feedback from other people about this going forward. And listen,
Yes, sir.
Yes. You're my guy,
Hmm.
all right? You're you know that now, right? You're my NYPD guy. So, if we got some breaking news out there, we got to bring a good old Ken on the show. We got to talk about it.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, man. I'm your plug. I'm your
All
plug.
right.
Especially.
Well, if you don't mind, bro, we would love to have you. But
Yes.
listen,
I
bro,
appreciate-
hang with
Thank
me. We're gonna talk during the commercial break. Everybody that's on Twitch right now, I'm gonna cut to a little break. All right, we're gonna be back. I'm gonna have my co-host W. Dubois here. Hopefully, as long as internet issues are fixed and all good, we're gonna have my co-host W. Dubois joining us. We're gonna talk a little sports. We're gonna talk everything that's happened during this trade deadline, and we're gonna talk about the full. We're gonna bring up the full segment, the full of the day segment for you, and we'll break all that down before we get out of here for you tonight on Epis Sports Radio, episode 32. Ken, I really
Yep.
appreciate you, bro. Thank you for everything. All right, and keep showing up, everybody. We'll be right back. Enjoy these tunes. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, all right? Keep showing up. Maddie, don't go anywhere, Maddie. Stay with us, baby. Coming from India. Good morning, baby. Good morning, India. All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are back. Vibing on this Friday night. We just wrapped up the interview with Kenneth Singletary, good friend of mine, NYPD officer, retired back in 2022. That was a great interview. If you are just joining us now, definitely check it out in post. I'll have the full episode, full edited episode up on YouTube tomorrow morning. All right, so check that out. I'll probably set out a premiere notification for you so all you guys get that. You could always check back in Twitch and replay it as well, the unedited version. But Dub, now that we have you back in here, what'd you think, man? And, just to recap the whole interview and everything, good stuff.
Oh, I can't wait till it goes up on YouTube. I'm gonna take a look at it. It's different when you're in there and then when you're watching it. So I can't wait to look at it tomorrow.
For sure. What were some of your takeaways with the whole interview with Ken? We talked
Oh man,
a
Ken
little
stole
bit.
the show, man. We were just there, bro.
Yeah.
We were just there, man. You just listen to his story, just figuring out when to ask him something because he's just flowing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like I told you earlier when I was speaking to you, I said I didn't know what to ask Ken because I didn't know Ken's story. I just know he's a cop, 20 years, middle-aged guy who just retired, but it just flowed. It was great, man. So anyone who hasn't heard it yet, or if you listen to this now and you just got in here, like Maddie, she's gonna see it tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Something that really I took away from that was just the feeling of the back-to-back calls and never not having a
That was
break.
definitely that was the most poignant. Yeah, I agree.
And it's true, and I relate to it. Having worked EMS for a couple of years, really just understand that there's no time to turn it off. You have to be on at all times, and I feel like for an NYPD officer, as heavily criticized as the department is, especially in the media nowadays, there's just, you have to be on at all times. That feeling is
and you can't turn it off.
Is heightened to a different degree that, we just, as regular civilians can't understand, the constant worry of whether or not you'll come home to your spouse or loved one, whatever it is, it's tough, man. It's a burden that no one should have to bear, and unfortunately, somebody's got to do it. The job has to be had, and
it's the job. And you got to imagine, Maddie, like the officers before you become a cop, you understand that part of it, but then the other part of it where you have that certain exact standard and the rules, like where Ken was talking about not being able to talk. Because you're scared you're going to be pushing back on something you were told. There's some rules,
Yeah.
or now you're being deemed not fit because you spoke about what was going on here, which could have been just regular normal stuff that you should be going through because the job creates this space in your head. So they're asking them for a lot. I feel like when I was talking about the money, Maddie. So yeah, there's stuff I can take from it, Maddie. You kind of set me off.
Yeah.
When you're asking them for a lot, and I realized that more than ever today. I did as well with Ken, as you did you. And they're not getting rewarded. Maybe collectively, look, you can get that segment where they're praised by a certain segment, but they don't get rewarded for this, bro. They don't. I don't think it get justly rewarded, at least for any of this. And I'm not talking about not only money, just like we said, the community, the drama within the community, the attitude towards cops. It's a lot. It's a job you take on, man. It entails a lot.
And then I think the most telling part, that he mentioned too, is the life after for an NYPD. Kind of what you alluded to, which I thought was a great point. It's like almost as if they've been institutionalized, like kind of like a prison sentence. It's that similar feeling where they come out of the department 20 years, 25 years, and really don't know how to cope with society, how to integrate, what to do, and just dealing with the stress and anxiety of what they have encountered and dealt with, the suicides, the depression, whatever it is. And then on top of that, while you're active, on duty police officer, the inability to speak out amongst these things, you want to, We've seen the statistics. Almost half of the department has sought counseling, but yet there's oftentimes this heavy cloud hanging over them and preventing them from speaking out because they're worried about being put on leave or being labeled a certain way.
Not being fully fit. Yeah,
Right.
for duty.
So and that in itself is along those lines of institutionalism, and it's just not okay. You're not okay for the mental health. And then how do you think that reflects on the job as well? Like that is clearly that that's going to result in poor performance when you're not giving these guys or women an outlet to speak, to cope, to live.
Either
you
that or
almost,
they in
sorry.
that robotic, and they stay in that robotic phase where they
Right.
take orders and until you fucking self-destruct, right?
Right. You hit
And
it
that,
right there. And I was about to say it. I was robotic. That's what you're creating when you do that, when you provide that type of platform. And that in itself is unacceptable. And,
it's over, you tell them, be human again, be human.
right. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like that's not okay. Nasty,
It's a
what's
lot,
going
man.
on, Nasty?
Yo,
Where
man,
you
yeah,
been, baby?
there he is.
There he
Nasty ass.
is, Nasty. He's sorry I passed out at 8:30. Looking forward to checking it out tomorrow. Damn,
Bro, I
bro.
want to pass out. I got a little bit of juice left.
Passed out 8:30 on a Friday night. What? How old are you, really? Like
You get that old man nap in.
old man nap, baby. Old man nap. Alert! Old man nap in the chat because. But listen, he got out at 6 p.m., so there was no time for that. Was the nap? He was like, Nasty's over here hoping, like hopefully they're still going live at 11:11. Oh, 11:11.
Right.
Make a wish. Okay.
He hoped right. We here still, man. We got a little bit left.
Oh man,
We got a little bit of juice left.
we're still going, Nasty. You definitely got to check it out, man. Oh, right.
Nah, it was good, though.
Him talking about Nasty's talking about his girlfriend becoming an NYPD officer. But I gotta support her. Is that the move for her? That's what she's doing. She's going NYPD. Yeah, she seems like it too. She's got that face for an officer. She does. She a little shorty though. She a little shorty. She might get pushed around.
A lot of them are.
You might have to lift those weights a little bit over there. But nah, she's got that toughness in her. I think she'll fit right in. Should be all right, man. But that is that is something that we talked about early on in the show. Family members, friends, whatever. Just the nervousness of whether or not you'll come home, and oftentimes it's something that's far too overlooked. Like we said, man. Say what you will about the NYPD and the criticism that it's dealt with over the years, but
Sometimes it's warranted. A lot of times,
for sure, no doubt. We're not gonna sit up here and say otherwise. But at the end of the day, these are humans. These are humans, and they elected to do this. Somebody's got to do this job. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to argue reform within the department, things like that. I think something that we touched on. Is the mental health aspect. I think that's very important. You could talk. You could argue more training is required, things like that. But I'll tell you, no matter what, the training, things like that, you could do a year, 2 years training, it doesn't matter. The second you hit that street, it's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Man. Things change. Split the I'm not excusing.
Every scenario is different. Everything.
Right. I'm not excusing any behavior or any wrongdoing in the department. There's bad, like I mentioned earlier, there's bad apples at the federal, national, and local level of any type of agency. But
everywhere.
You got to be a human at the end of the day. You got to, try and have some empathy, be a little sympathetic, towards the situation. It's not easy. Somebody's got to do it. If there was no police force, what do we do? how do we, cope, and how we operate as a society. I don't know. We go back to the old West where we just, shoot people, before asking questions. That's unacceptable. We can't be having that, Nasty's talking about she's got to have to tighten up quick, but she's got that in there. Has to do it 2 years if you want to be some CSI. Right, yeah. She wants to do the whole criminal unit. Yeah, yep. Something that Ken also was a part of. He switched to the crime unit in, after he did the housing units for 13 years. So definitely check out the earlier part of the show, Nasty. And for all you viewers out there, again, thank you for showing up. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already done so, please follow, like, subscribe, keep the notifications on, do whatever you got to do. Most importantly, hit that like button, smash away, and helps the show improve greatly. Maddie, I don't know if you're still with us, Maddie, but thank you for showing up tonight, or thank you for showing up to this morning. Good morning to you from India. I know we mentioned that earlier. You got to tell your friends, Maddie. You got to tell your friends to tune in. We got to be mindful of the India time, since we have a lot of viewers that are tuning in from India. So, we gotta maybe do a show special just for you. All right,
a little India pandering, a little pandering.
Maybe we're gonna
to
come
our friends
out
in
there.
India.
I'm telling you, one day we're gonna go out there, bro.
India is the most populated country in the world.
Epis is doing an India trip, bro. We're gonna Epis
most
Radio.
Populated. Hasn't India surpassed China as the #1 populated country in the world?
But it's damn well near up there. But they gotta.
They're right there.
They gotta figure out their popular. Sorry, get a little tired. Not their popular.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
yeah, baby. Yeah, I saw that, right?
I got the coffee here. I only had like half a cup during the show, but man, I'm starting to feel it now. Goddamn. Oh, man.
For long all night.
All right. Well, that's enough. That's enough with that stuff. Please, if you weren't with us earlier, check out the beginning of the show. Great stuff, and hope to have Ken on for a future show. A lot of action in the sports world, bro. A lot going on. We got to get to it. We're before we end the show tonight, we're gonna give you our Fool of the Day. It's a new segment that we've been trying out, and Dub and I will each provide a selection for Fool of the Day. And either you decide in the comments, or we will decide collectively, who the winner of Fool of the Day is. All right, so stay tuned for that later at the end of the show.
India is the most populous country in the world. They passed China in 2022.
Really? Wow, in 2022. Oh, shit.
1.5 billion. China's at 1.4. Crazy.
Goddamn. Well, I think China and, China, a lot of the Asian populations have started to put a little restriction on, and I know Japan.
Right, for years, for decades.
Has,
and it's finally caught up, right. Over 20
Makes sense.
So
Makes sense.
Real quick, but India, it's not a lot of land mass, isn't that? It's not a lot of land volume compared to China or other countries, and they've got so many people in that. Wow. Imagine the morning in the rush hour in New Delhi.
No, I don't. But I think I don't want to. But you think New York City traffic is bad? Goddamn, I've seen those videos. I've seen those videos, man, and it's chaotic. It's not structured. It's just, fuck it, like, find a way, Speaking of which,
India is, I think, like a third. India is not as big as the United States. It's smaller, I think, a little bit.
Yeah,
man. Little Epis geography. Yeah,
little Epis geography.
Yeah, man.
Well, how about a little Epis sports for you? All right.
Okay, finally, yeah.
I know we've been away a little bit for the sports. We did one. Was it last weekend? Yeah, it was last weekend. We did episode 31 with the kids. I had the kids, streaming with me. A lot has happened. We talked about.
That was on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, I think it was Saturday morning, indeed. a lot has happened since then. A lot locally for us here in New York. Mets, Yankees getting busy, but we've seen it across the league. A lot of GMs getting busy. A lot of buyers buying
A lot
in.
of buyers.
A lot of buyers buying in and making moves, bro. And
And you had a couple of teams who just were selling like crazy.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's either like kind of one or the other way, right? With this
Like the
with this
Twins made
deadline.
the Twins made like 3 trades.
Yeah.
Then the Rockies were making deals. They're selling whatever.
Not the Twins though. Not one in which helped them, or did it help them? Would you?
No, selling.
Right. Sell, but do you think it helps them long term? That's what I mean.
I mean, that's what you imagine that they're trying to do when they make these trades long term. You get prospects back. You get some guys that are supposed to be ready next year when you make these trades. So I imagine the Twins selling off the closer and selling off Correa.
Yeah, I was about to just mention, the
That's
Twins
what
getting Correa, Correa with the home reunion going back to the Astros. That's a huge one. That's a huge one. Probably one that should have happened sooner, but it comes at a great time for the Astros, man. And really, Correa now playing third. He was out there playing today. Looked good. Looked comfortable. That's going to be huge uplift for that offense and that lineup. And, here come the Astros yet again. I will say this, in the American League, Toronto Blue Jays getting Shane Bieber. I mean, that's a former Cy Young winner right there. Still rehabbing in the minors, but, Bieber going to do his thing. That's a huge pickup for them and, will certainly be a pivotal move for them going forward as they currently lead this AL East, right? I don't know how many games now, Dub.
Here, buddy.
But they're
By
up
3.5.
3.5
With the Yankees
now.
losing to the Marlins just now. Yankees just lost 13-12 to the Marlins. And,
God damn, the Marlins have been on one hell of a run here, man.
13-12. Beat
They
the
just
Yankees at
continue.
53 and 55, Matt.
Jesus Christ. That's
I
a tough
know.
loss, especially after the trades. You look at the Marlins, man. They've been on like this sick freaking run, but they were so bad so early on. Did they make any trade deadline moves here, or did they kind of stay quiet?
I'm gonna let you know right now.
I didn't really hear the Marlins making any moves.
No, they
because-
didn't do anything. They just said no to Sandy Alcantara. They
Right,
said, we're not doing
right.
it.
Well, yeah,
But that in itself right there is kind of like buying when it comes to the Marlins, at least when we talk about Marlins. So they kind of didn't do anything.
yeah.
They didn't sell.
Which is it. I mean, I'm not quite surprised, especially at the
They're very
how much.
good,
it's- But they're 2 games under 500. You know what I
Right.
mean? 2 games under 500. You're still in third place. They're 8.5 back in the National
wild
League
card,
East.
They're 6.5 out.
6.5 in the wild card. Despite everything, despite them, really, making a big time run.
And like you said, they really did have a slow start, man.
Yeah.
So they've really been playing real good ball the last 6 weeks or so.
But it's going to
we're meant to win.
require them to maintain that, and that's the problem. You see the Mets getting better. I know. I think the Mets lost today too. Yeah. I know they were losing 2-0 late in the 7th, then we went live.
No, yeah, they lost in 10.
They lost in 10. Wow, they actually tied it up. Good for them.
They did 3-3. They lost 4-3.
Okay, you know what? I like that though. I'm not upset with that. The fact that they were able to fight back in that game. Mets have been doing that now with the new acquisitions for them. Was it Ryan Hesley and they got Soto obviously before the deadline.
And they got Cedric Mullins.
Cedric
big
Mullins. What's the other? The submarine pitcher.
Right, they got the pitcher. I forgot his name. I'm got it right here. Where is it?
Yeah, let me get that name for you.
The Mets made some moves,
You pulling that up for me right now?
Yeah.
Seattle was marked as the big winner. All right. Seattle.
Yeah, because they got Suarez.
They got
and,
Eugenio Suarez, which is a move that I think the Yankees, really were hoping they could navigate.
We knew the Yankees weren't going to make that move when they went ahead and traded for McMahon on Tuesday or Monday, whatever it was.
Yeah, they got Josh Naylor. They got Josh Naylor from the other.
Naylor, you're right.
that's a big one, for them. I think overall they were looked at as the winners, but I think the Mets were a close second or third favorite in there. What's another team that you think
I
won
think
the
the Yankees
deadline?
did good at the deadline.
Yankees were
Firing on the
great.
bullpen. All that bullpen, all those flamethrowers, they got 3 closers from different teams. I'm not saying these are Mariano Rivera's or anything, or John Wetlands, but you're taking the top relief pitcher from the Twins. You get the relief pitcher from the A's, and from Colorado. Who's the other one they got? Pittsburgh, the Pirate, but Bernard, the Pirate kid. Yeah, he's real good. He's the best one. But you got the 3 closers. You got Rosario. You got McMahon to short things up. I think they did pretty good, considering. Remember, we were having that conversation with me, you and Gino. We're talking about that. We're talking about the deadline. I think they did enough.
They got super aggressive, and it was something that I've been talking about all year, and I'm saying that they really need to make a move. I don't think it was the sexy move that you really want.
Oh, no.
But it's the necessary moves that had to happen. Same thing with the Mets. Like, it is just those moves that just needed to happen.
I think Cedric Mullins is a great acquisition.
I agree with you, and he's been hot as of late. So
he's the biggest. He's the most marquee name of all the players between the 2 teams.
For sure.
Probably the most marquee name. Bopper, blah blah blah. Contract guy. Real rental. He's a real rental.
The biggest bat that went in this trade deadline is Carlos Correa. I don't think a lot of us,
Suarez, but today, Correa.
You think it's Suarez? I still think it's Correa. I think Correa.
Yeah, Suarez is a slugger.
Suarez
Correa's not the same player he was, but him going to the Astros, you can't knock it. He's gonna play third base now, so he's gonna take Bregman's place officially. I love the trade for them, but I don't think Correa is the same player he was. He's 34 years old.
Right. The
He's
Padres made a good trade as well. They get top prospect Leo DeVries for A's closer Mason Miller. All right, so they got Mason Miller to the mix now, and the Padres. Let me just check where they're at in the standings here. They're in second, right? They're behind Dodgers.
They're about 3 games back, 3 or 4 games back, right?
Right, 3.5 back. That's a win for the Padres, man. They're really making a push there for themselves. I don't think they're going to ultimately catch them, but it makes things a little bit more interesting in that National League West, and you got to respect it. Should be, interesting to see how that division finishes out. At the very least, the Padres now have solidified themselves a little bit going forward, 11 games over 500, and, maybe they can make a push and solidify that wild card. But, as we know, the East is pretty damn stacked. You got the Cubs, you got the Brewers, you got the Mets, you got the Phillies. You wonder what a team like the Reds can do. You wonder a team like the Cardinals could do. Maybe if the Marlins continue to stay stupid hot. Giants,
Said that.
We'll see. But not a bad move for them. What else did they get? Did they get anything else for them? General manager builds in the most complicated scheme.
The Brewers still got the best. The Brewers got the best record in baseball, man. That shit is crazy.
They're still holding that right now.
Yeah, by a game and a
65,
half.
44. Yeah.
By a whole game and a half over the Dodgers. Best record in baseball.
I think I had them to win the division too, but
you might have.
I know I was high on the Brewers a little bit there. Was he? I'm pretty sure.
I didn't. I
might have had the Brewers coming in second. I think I picked the Cubbies.
I think I had the Cubbies too.
Yeah, I think you and me both went there. Yeah. But I think we were separate on the Brewers. But
bro, they're better than the Cubs, bro. They're more solid than the Cubs. The Cubs were firing people up with that great offense, but the Cubs pitching is suspect, man. The Brewers are solid as hell, man.
I don't know if you mentioned it before.
That Stearns team, man. Maybe it's a prelude, a prophecy.
I don't know.
Yeah, bad man.
I don't know. Sorry, bro. I don't know if you mentioned it before, but the other pitcher that the Mets got was the unconventional underhand delivery
submarine guy, yeah.
Tyler Rogers. Tyler Rogers.
Okay.
Yes.
They got him from Baltimore, right? In the Mullins deal, yeah?
No. Was it?
I think so. Yeah.
No, that was the Mullins deal was separate, bro.
Are you sure? I thought they had multiple players. I think they just got Mullins by himself. I thought there was 2 guys in the deal.
I'm looking.
Oh. It's not a big deal, man.
Well, I'd like to know. We gotta make sure. We gotta make sure for the people.
That's true.
All right. Now he came. Rogers was coming over.
He's not from Baltimore.
I thought he was from Baltimore. No.
Yeah, he came in the Mullins deal. I don't know if he's from Baltimore.
No.
2 years. Where did he play? Where was he at?
Killing me. I don't know why it's not popping up here.
Tyler Rogers.
Hey, he was a Giant, bro. He was a Giant.
Oh, San Francisco. They made a deal with San Francisco. I'm sorry. It was 1,000 deals, man. Deals are flying at you.
I know. He's a Giant. He's the righty from the Giants. He's a 1.80 ERA. He's literally been one of the best relievers all year long.
Don't you guys give up for that, man?
Prospects, like nothing, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like this, it's phenomenal. Like what, the Mets were able to do with some of these guys. I know, who was it? I think it wasn't Tyler Rogers, but it was the other one, Hesley. That it was a bit criticized by Jeff Passan and other guys alike, saying that they gave up like a haul for him. They didn't give up no damn haul. I'll pull up that deal as well.
No, man.
But it was like one prospect, bro. The Mets acquired Tyler Rogers in exchange for Jose. Oh, it was for Tyler Rogers. Okay, I thought it was Ryan Hesley. They gave up Jose Buto, Blade Tidwell, and Drew Gilbert. The only one that I really care about in that trade is Blade Tidwell. All right. Young guy.
Nobody said
but
this is all reverb and like aftershock from like the emergence of Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. They're trying to make a big deal out of nothing. This is necessary.
But it's funny, but nobody was thinking about Pete Crow Armstrong till this year, till the end of last year, this year.
Sure.
So. And that trade was 4 years ago, I think, 3 years ago. I mean, it comes with the territory. There's guys who were traded today and who were traded yesterday that no one's thinking about, who are going to be good major league players. They probably might be all-stars. But it comes at it's all about timing. The deals need to be made. These teams are trying to win now. The Twins are willing to win later. So that's just how this business goes. So they're going to, like, man, they're going to try to make it look like the Mets, they traded too much. They love saying that about New York teams.
Mm-hmm.
Any New York team, the Knicks, any of them, they traded too much. They gave up too much for Bridges.
Well, we might have to talk about that a little bit because I heard a little Mikal Bridges. Signing a contract extension. I don't know how.
That means we're definitely going to talk about that because that means something. There's more to. That means stuff, that plays a part in what we were talking about earlier with those trades and everything that might happen. That probably won't. That won't now. So anyway.
Listen, for the Mets, and for the Yankees, and for a lot of these teams, if you're in, you're in. We need to stop the criticism of holding on to these assets. Of course, you want to build and things like that, and you want to,
Right.
But with arbitration nowadays, you can really hold on to youth for long times. At some point, we have to, if you're in a position where you could win, and the Mets are certainly one of those teams, the Yankees are certainly one of those teams.
Yeah, man. They're going to buy.
You have to buy. You have to get aggressive,
And then to be a buyer, you have to be able to give up minor league prospects.
Right.
Who have potential to be good players.
It's not like they gave up their top prospect. Like Jonah Tong is their top pitching prospect. They wouldn't even sniff it. I think who was it that wanted Jonah Tong?
Who's the best one they gave up? Who's a notable one?
Tidwell. It's Blade Tidwell in that trade, undoubtedly. You know, in my opinion, you know, it's played Tidwell.
Tidwell's gonna be in the big leagues next
you
year.
know, potentially, like he showed up this year and you know has a 9 ERA. You know, so you know he's giving
He
up.
might show up again this year.
He's
Okay.
pitching 4 games. You know, 15 earned runs. He sucked this year. You know, like
And
you
then
know
if
what
you're
I'm saying?
Blake Tidwell, it's not over. It comes to the territory.
No,
The Mets
it's
just
not
didn't have the
over.
patience. The Mets don't have the time for that shit.
A lot of people were high on Drew Gilbert, and you know, 24 years old, Drew Gilbert. You know, not you know. Listen, could he become a Pete Crow? I guess so, potentially. You know, like you know, who knows, man. You know, but
The legend of Pete Crow.
the legend of Pete Crow, right? But like, you know, who knows? We don't know, man. Just you know, to look at, you know, his numbers this year.
And if you remember, if I remember correctly, they put a gun to the Mets' head. The fans had a gun to the Mets' head. The media did. The Mets had to make a deal back then. And in hindsight, it didn't really take them anywhere. But they got new ownership. They were trying things.
Right now, this year, at AAA Syracuse, okay, he played 82 games and batted 243. That's Drew Gilbert at the minor league level, okay? He's played with Single A St. Lucie for less. I don't know if he's rehabbing or something right now, but he's at Single A St. Lucie right now. 6 games, 375 average. So you see that difference. You know, I know it's a small sample size, but 375 to 243. You know, between that Single A and AAA, you know, it's a big jump.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know if young Gilbert is struggling. He's 24 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, doesn't look like he's ready, you know, for the major leagues next year. You could take a flyer out on him and try. Sure, why not? You know, but it doesn't seem like it's likely. You know, and then, you know,
Trading these guys, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't be hell
You don't
bent
gotta
over this.
justify.
When I'm getting a guy like Tyler Rogers putting up a 1.8 ERA, and
How much
I'm
control
in a
over him
position
now?
to win a
You have control
championship.
over him next year too.
Whoa,
You have control over Tyler Rogers next year.
I believe so. Yes. Hold on. Let me
Oh,
just
forget
check
about
on
it. What are we talking about, man?
Let me check on that.
Please.
Because I agree with you. If this is a multi-year contract that we're adopting,
Yeah, man. If
you
he's
know,
got a whole year
I
next year.
actually no, we're not. He's a 1
Okay,
year.
so
he's
he's
a 1 year
real
5
deal rental.
Yeah, and I
He's a
think
real deal
that's
rental.
that's the gripe. That's the gripe that you're hearing from a lot of
But
you know.
but when he
you know,
walks,
media-
you still get a Rule 5 draft pick out of him, right?
Yes, I believe
man.
so. Yes, but I don't
The
think
bit-
I don't see that happening. Especially, listen, how old is Tyler Rogers? Let me check real quick, because
Probably
you know
28.
I don't see him just you know leaving. You know what I mean? Like this is a good team to be on. You know we need bullpen help.
I mean, if
know.
that son of a gun's gonna get paid, bro.
Yeah, and what you don't think Stevie's gonna pay him?
Oh, he's been around the league. He's 34.
He's been. Yeah,
now.
I'm about to say he's 34 years old. But you know what? 1 more year, 2 more years. Yeah, I'll take him. At the same time, I'm kind of good, Dub. You know,
He's only been in the big leagues. That's what I'm saying. The baseball shit is real, bro. He's only been in the big league 6 years. He came up at 28. Man, baseball is not easy, bro. Man, it's not easy.
No, it's not, especially with the new rules now. Yeah.
So Gilbert does have hope.
But with Tyler, if it results in potentially winning the championship, then it was all worth it. Now,
without question, man.
If the Mets don't win this year, what do? Right? Do you resign him? Because if you don't resign him, you let him walk. All right, whatever. You know, Rule 5 draft pick.
34 years old.
But
He's
I don't know,
34.
Dub. I wouldn't say that, man. He's really too good. His numbers are too good this year.
He's a bullpen guy. You can't trust him.
Easily walk, man. I know it's year to year, but
yeah, right. You do know. So, well, you know, they let that 34. They'll go find another one.
His number is too damn good for me to just let him walk.
Stearns ain't gonna pay him. Stearns will find another bullpen guy.
I mean, even in the last couple of years,
out of him right now. You squeeze everything you can out of him right now. Yeah. Forget about 26. Let's just
I mean, even
get
in the last
everything out of Tyler.
2024 is 2.82 ERA. 23, 3.04. I mean, he's been dominant in the league for the last 3 years, and he's having
the Giants his whole
he's having
career.
virtually his best year now. I guess you could argue his well, how many
And then
games
this
has
is
he done? This is his
bro.
best year.
This
for him.
bro. This is his first year where he's getting free agency. Remember we talked about arbitration? 20. This is 7th year.
Yeah.
So this is his first unrestricted year. He's gonna want to get everything, and the Mets ain't getting. He's gonna go. He's gonna go for that 3-year deal, so he can really get paid. Be like, honey, I'm home. And the Mets ain't trying to give this old man a 3-year deal, man.
You really think they're gonna give him? Somebody's gonna give him a 3-year deal?
Yeah, he's had a nice career, man.
I would say,
but
2
he's
years
old,
at
man. 2 years, yeah, all right. But it has to be big. It has to be lucrative. He don't deserve it.
Yeah.
But it's not. He's a closer. He's a bullpen guy, though. It's gonna be interesting, though. Him in the contracting situation. It's gonna be interesting negotiating this really. But I don't think I wouldn't want the Mets to re-sign him. If I'm the Mets, if I'm a Met fan, I'm like, nah, man, we'll go get another one.
Yeah.
Because these closers, you can go shopping for them. Like, you can really look at them like some pears or some grapefruits and see the exact one you want. You don't got to take that one. And he's going to want his money, this guy. This guy hasn't been a free agent his whole career. He's been waiting for this.
Right. Man.
But forget about this year, yeah. The Mets made some good trades, man.
Bro, the Mets made the trades they needed to make. I'm happy with this deadline. Of course, I would like to see them acquire a starting pitcher, but the fact that you bolster this bullpen, I mean, it quite arguably, we're gonna see it when it unfolds. But it might just be one of the best
the way
bullpens out
Diaz
there.
is pitching, because Diaz has been lights out. He's had one of those years.
So now you add, you already got Soto. You get you get my man Rogers right here. You get Ryan.
Yeah, Roberts
in the mix, and now that 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning, that's tough, man.
Serious business.
Especially in a playoff series. Not so much in the regular season because obviously you got to rest an arm here, you got to rest an arm
But that's
there.
what it's all about, though.
It's when it comes down to it. It comes down to the postseason.
They got four guys,
because
man.
then you could rest guys. It don't matter then. Like now, all you need to do is have your starter go 5 in a playoff series. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So now you just have you guys go 5 and let your bullpen go to work, man. Let you guys do your thing. And this offense, with Cedric Mullins, I love the Mullins trade. I think he'll fit right in. It's going to provide a little bit extra depth, take a little off Nimmo and all that. Now you got like a true center fielder in terms of defense. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm not upset with it. I like it. We got aggressive. We got some big time needs. I think every team out there was really looking for pitching, and obviously Paul Skeens was highly touted, but we all kind of knew that Pirates were unwilling. We've seen Shane Bieber go, so that was big. I don't know if any big time starting pitcher outside of Shane Bieber moved, right? I think that was really it. Nobody noticeable. If any.
A lot of bullpen guys.
Yeah, if any, a lot of arms out of the bullpen being moves.
Stroman today.
Yeah, and that was interesting too because did they add a starting pitcher or no?
No, they got guys in from.
It was all reliever, right? It was all relievers, yeah.
Relievers, yeah. They got young guys. Yeah, it was all relievers.
Yeah, they got closer David Bednar. Relievers Jake Bird, Camilo Duvall. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, who's replacing Stroman? Or at all? Has he even been in the rotation, or has he been a spot?
He pitched yesterday. He pitched yesterday. Won.
And they got rid of him.
Yeah, right after the game.
Yeah, there's got to be something about that. I don't know.
Nah, they just done with him.
Yeah.
It ain't no. Yeah, they done with him.
Interesting. I mean, I can't say I disagree with it, but it's kind of come at a shocking time.
Yeah, they got it like that. Yeah, like it.
Right. You're acting like you got it like that, and yet it's like, let me take a look right here. But obviously Luis Hill, still on his way back. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
Heel is going to come back. Rodon, Warren, Creed.
yeah, so now it would be, without Cole, seeing Rodon, Freed, Warren, and Hill. And
They're
the
gonna
rest is going to be, bullpens.
They're gonna probably use Schlitzler.
Schlitzler. Let me get a Schlitz.
They're gonna use Cam Schlitzler. They like him.
Mm.
He throws that 101. He's got 2 starts. Let me see when his next start is, Matt.
Cam Schittler.
Yeah.
Schlittler.
3 starts.
Oh, man.
I know, right?
I don't know, man. I don't think that was necessarily a good time move. I wonder what their plan is with that, and I guess what they're just gonna, for the meantime,
They have
go with a bullpen game.
Stroman couldn't go 5
Yeah,
after 5 innings. He never could. I mean, and then they didn't want to pay. Remember we talked about the contract and the innings limit?
Yeah.
In the beginning of the year, so that played a part in it. And it's not like he was gonna be out here, with it, where him being there is gonna make a big difference. The next guy they can get, to be honest.
Yeah.
His stuff is not his stuff is pedestrian. If he could go further, but he doesn't go more than 4 2/3. Then he gives up hits.
Schitzler. Yeah, nasty over here talking about Schitzler. He's nasty. He's tall and he's throwing hard, coming off of mound.
Yeah, he's a bad man. Yeah, they like him a lot. He's gonna be in the rotation. Yeah, he's gonna be in the rotation.
Starting now, Schitzler. Cam Schitzler. Schitzler.
He's a bad man, bro. I'm telling you, we went. The Yankee universe they're on it. And then Clark Schmidt looked like he's on the way back. So there you have it. Warren, Clark Schmidt, Schitzler, Freed, Rodon, and Heel. That's 6.
These young babies, Cam Schittler. Schittler. I gotta stop doing that. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it Schittler? Schlittler?
You're gonna be saying his name right soon.
Well, how do you say it? Schlittler?
Don't worry.
I am
telling you about this kid, bro.
Whatever is fucking.
All right. You don't know about him yet.
I don't care about him, all right? Listen, what's his ERA?
Probably 4.8, 4.7.
There you go, 4.91. But it's only a small sample size, 14 points.
These guys, they really like him. He's got some electric shit.
Oh, good. I mean,
Like
for
you
your
said,
sake,
he's tall.
I better hope that he is electric shit because
We'll be fine.
he
We'll be
damn
fine.
well need it right now. All right, mister, I'll be fine. Listen,
Yeah, he's gonna be fine,
I
man.
like
Jesus.
the. Oh, Jesus. Just
What, because they lost to the Marlins?
Where the hell's Gino at, man? I need Gino backing us right now.
Because they lost to the Marlins?
You're over here. Oh, they're going to be fine. Listen, all right. The deadline was good, but that starting
we did
pitching is
good.
still a problem, all right?
Nah, that's fine.
Man, I don't even want to hear it. You guys are so
It
willing.
is,
I
bro.
don't-
Like, what do you?
I want to. You guys are so
I
willing to play.
like Clark Schmidt, bro. I'm a
Yeah.
Clark Schmidt guy.
I'm not
You
against
don't
Clark
like him.
Schmidt. Are we talking Cam Schittler or Clark
Warren is
Schmidt?
fine. No, Schindler's gonna be a good bro. I seen him, and when I seen him the first, I said, "What the fuck is that?" I was watching him throw. I feel Cashman on that. I'd rather have him than Stroman any day. Okay, you gonna see. You over here with your little Cam Schittler, shit bag, all them jokes. The Mets got a guy, the Yankees got a guy named Shitty. It's all funny to you. It's a joke. All right. You're going to see that kid. One of these
Blue
days.
Jays got Shane Bieber. How can you not be worried?
Good for them.
Yeah, you should be worried. Yeah, good for
They'll
them.
get Jose Bautista, too. He's not the same pitcher he was.
All right.
We beat him in the playoffs. The Yankees beat him in the playoffs like 2 years in a row. Get him out. Come on. No? You forgot?
I didn't forget.
I'm trying to be, just trying to be cool and stuff. You over here making these little jokes.
I like to see you get a little riled up. Excuse me.
I mean, with the Marlins, I told you the Marlins were good. You ignored them. You've been ignoring just like last week. You picked up, like, you know what? They're all right.
That's not
You know,
true.
I think
That's not
they're
true.
gonna come here. They're gonna beat people. That's what they're gonna do. When they go see you guys, they're gonna be up in Corona, Queens, doing the same shit in Flushing, wherever the hell they put the Mets play at.
Nah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
The Marlins' reign's coming to an end. That's gonna end real soon. It's not. They can't.
They are gonna terrorize for the rest of the season.
They're not the miracle Oakland A's, the 21 whatever win. You know, they're not doing that shit, bro. All right.
Very good.
You know, they've had a nice little run here, but they're not the cream of the crop. They started off way too short. You know, this division is solely Mets, Phillies. I don't know. You know, it comes down to
No, I didn't say they're gonna Marlins
Yeah.
to win a division,
Yeah.
but they can beat you.
Yeah,
They
maybe.
can beat people. Obviously, that's what I said. Us getting beat by them. It's not like we're the first ones. They've been whipping people asses all year. What happened to the
Yeah, but
fucking
don't
Rays?
don't act like the Miami's just beat on the Yankees.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather
The
have lost
Yankees
the
have been
second game than the
struggling,
first
bro.
one.
Yankees have been struggling, and the fact that you guys are so willing to just give Volpe
You know what's crazy, yo?
reign, man.
How we're struggling. You know, we've lost 5 of the last 10. So if the Blue Jays, no one says they're struggling. It's always when it's the Yankees. The Yankees are struggling. The Yankees are struggling. We're 3.5 back. We were 6 games back last week. How are we struggling? We're doing fine. We're keeping pace, Matt. We're keeping pace. It's just like this narrative, like we can't lose baseball games. Like we're not allowed.
I agree with you there. But
They're 3.5. Toronto is for real, bro. No question.
I think it's
I
the
know it.
pressure. I think it's the pressure around you. You know, you have the Red Sox, you have Toronto. You know, and that you look at the rest of the American League. You see the Astros make improvements. You see the Mariners make improvements.
The
Detroit,
Mariners. Come
you know,
on, man.
Hey, man. Come on. Stop, bro. The Mariners.
How many people
definitely
talk
got-
about the Mariners, but you won't even acknowledge Milwaukee? But you'll talk about the Seattle Mariners. Well, they've never done anything in the history of the Major League
Since
Baseball.
when did I not
Yeah.
acknowledge Milwaukee?
I always got to bring them back up to you. Yeah, Milwaukee's doing real good, Matt. Yeah. We disregard them. I notice these things.
No. And I say that because Milwaukee is that
He said
team.
for the guys.
Milwaukee-
Guys, he brought up the Mariners, guys.
Yeah, but you can't ignore what the Mariners. The
They've
Mariners
never done
won-
anything ever.
All right, and since when did Milwaukee do anything ever? All right.
They made the playoffs last year. The Mariners
And
don't
they
make the
got
playoffs,
smacked
man.
around by
Matt.
the Mets.
No, they got beat in a great series.
Yeah.
The Mariners don't do anything. They have never done anything. They got teams in their division win championships. Everyone in divisions won a championship with them.
I'm not saying the
They've
Mariners.
never done anything.
I'm not saying the Mariners
not
are going to
gonna
go out and win the World Series. all
They're
right?
not going to make the playoffs.
I'm just saying that I'm painting the picture to you as to why the Yankees are.
I'm just like, you
know.
use them as one of these teams, as a threat.
Bro, you got 3 other teams in the American League right now that are significantly.
You want to talk
better
about
than
the Tigers in Toronto? Cool. Houston? Cool.
Well, that's what I mean. You got 3 teams, you got 3 teams in the American League that are significantly.
Significantly?
Better
It was
than you.
so much significant.
Hands
You
down.
know what this word means?
Hands
Significant
down.
means there's a large, great disparity between the teams, bro.
Yeah, and you don't
That's
think
what
that you don't think the Detroit versus Yankees is a large disparity right now. You're gonna
Yeah, they're a little
honestly,
better.
you're
They're better
gonna
than us.
a
Yeah,
little
I agree with
better,
them.
a little better.
Yeah, a little bit.
We're not
I'm
talking
looking
a
at-
record. We're not talking a record because record-wise, it's 4 games.
They got a great pitcher, man. They got a great pitcher. He going
Think
to pitch
about
2
it.
games in the
Think
playoff series.
Only?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I mean. Only because that shit matters. All right.
It matters. Yeah.
It matters in a big, big way. You know it does. Stop. And you for one, you guys don't even have your best pitcher. I've been saying this since the beginning of time. You guys still don't
We
fucking
do have our
realize it.
best
No,
pitcher.
you do not. No, you do not.
You don't even talk about Garrett Cole,
No,
bro.
you
'cause
do
he
not.
doesn't-
Stop.
Garrett
No, you
Cole's
do
not here, bro. Why are you bringing
That's
him
what I
up?
mean, because that's what I
We
mean.
got
I've been saying
moved on
this.
from
I've been
that.
saying
We have
this.
our best pitcher.
And
His
then you
name is
just-
Max Fried. His name is Matt. Garrett Cole is on the IL. 16
One
games
guy,
out for the
one
season.
guy
He
is
bring
not
up
going to
this
do it.
guy.
One guy is not going to do it. I'm sorry. One guy is not going to do it.
Who's your guy? Sean Manaea?
The Mets have arguably the best bullpen in all of baseball. All I need my guys to do is 5-6. You do not have the best bullpen. You bolstered you bolstered your bullpen a little bit, but just wait. Just wait how fast that will change when you guys have a 4 starting pitcher rotation at the moment. How you're gonna beat them up for the next 2 months of the season.
I just told you how good that kid is, that we're going with this kid.
I really hope that's the case.
And you just ignored it. It doesn't matter, man.
But it's
flitter, shitter.
It's not. You're wrong. You're wrong for saying that because I'm not ignoring it. Yes,
you said we have a 4-man rotation.
It is a 4-man rotation at the moment. You are banking on this kid performing. You have a sample size of 14
you think
innings.
They cut Stroman for a reason, bro.
It doesn't matter.
Would you give Cashman that?
It doesn't matter. This kid still has to perform. If he doesn't perform, what the fuck do you do now?
He's the 5th starter. 5th, 6th.
Okay, that matters for the rest of your
All
season.
right. I can't wait to give him.
Left.
I want him. I'm excited about this kid.
2 months left.
And the Yankees, we'll be fine. We'll be there.
Okay.
We'll be there.
And then when your shit's depleted going into the postseason, and you're dealing with hot teams like the Mariners, Astros, Tigers, Blue Jays,
all these
potentially
teams,
the Guardians.
We don't have a better chance than any. We're going for it, bro. Just like we were going to do in the beginning of the season. Yeah, we're going to go for it. Bro.
I'm just saying,
it's a long season. We made the moves.
Keep on saying
I
that.
like McMahon.
The season is over, bro. This is it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. There's only August and September, bro. There's less than 60 games to go.
All right, that's a third of the season.
Okay? No. What are you talking about? Come on, bro.
160 divided by 3, that's about 53, right?
This goes
approximately,
fast,
right?
bro. This goes fast, and you got trouble lurking. I get it. You bolstered it a little bit here at the deadline.
Yeah, I like the moves.
The moves are good. All right, I'm not gonna
All right,
argue.
then.
But you look around at the league, and you gotta argue that
a lot of people made moves.
Those very teams in which you're competing against also made moves, and arguably better moves. The Mets, all right, it's a need. Like they hit their needs. It's good. But I can't argue that either. Like they have competition. Philly's got better.
Bro, I said to you guys before this, I said, listen, man, they're going to make, if Cashman don't make moves, I'll be right there with y'all to say the Yankees aren't trying to win it. But he made the moves, bro, so I'm right back there with him.
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily the right move.
Of course, because you want, I don't know who's available. If we'd have got Suarez instead of McMahon, would you have said yes, the Yankees have made the moves?
Suarez would have been the sexier move, no doubt.
If we'd have got him instead of McMahon, you probably would have felt differently about it. But I like McMahon. I love his glove. I love it. We were suspect.
It was never offense. It was really starting pitching. Like the Shane Bieber to the Yankees would have been the move. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the move.
And then he went over there.
Right. And that's the problem. I really think that might hurt them in the long run. Did the Yankees get better? Yes, they got better, no doubt. But I think they missed out on a potential opportunity, especially when the very team in which you're chasing, got much better in that department. Now listen, all of that can be thrown out the window. Shane Bieber could have a terrible, rehab, assignment coming in, and then he's just a resurgence for him. Maybe he's no good. Maybe it's just, not enough time. Maybe he doesn't fit in right away. Doesn't gel with the organization. Doesn't perform. What have you.
Right.
That's on the table. What if Luis Gil comes back and absolutely dominates all of a sudden? What if this kid you're talking about, Schnitzler, what if he dominates? And all of a sudden, in a month and a half, my perception of this Yankee team can completely change. But as of right now, I hope you're right. For your sake, I really hope you're right. I'm not a Yankee hater. I'm just trying to, like Evan Roberts says, I'm an independent observer, all right? And I'm just trying to be even keel with it. And I always have from the beginning. I like to see the Yankees do well. I like to see the fan base enjoy it. They're a little fucking arrogant at times and they need to chill and check themselves. But, it goes without saying. When the Yankees are good, it's good for baseball.
So Bieber, real quick, Matty Bieber's coming off of Tommy John surgery. He
Right.
pitched 2 games. Yeah, he's pitched
Right.
2 games
Right.
last year.
So
And
who
he's just
knows?
coming back. So,
It is a big question mark. Like I don't know. And you know what? Toronto, took a
In
flyer out.
2023, he had a 3.9 ERA.
Right.
That was the last time he pitched.
We understand his potential and we understand what he can potentially do. Like Nasty saying Yankees bullpen is better. Nah, bro. I'm sorry. We'll check those numbers by the end of the year.
No, I don't know. We got to see these guys. All these bullpen guys move. It's a restart for a lot of them.
The Mets just got Rogers and Ryan Hensley.
I want to see how these guys pick in these new uniforms. Because these are relief pitchers.
The moves that the Yankees made are good. You check the numbers, they're not as good. Like the Mets literally got 2 of the best pitchers, the relief pitchers in baseball right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't argue it by the numbers. And then to add Soto, the lefty specialist, and Soto struggles against righties, but the numbers against the lefties are dominant. If they can navigate him, through that, and he's got electric stuff as well. The fact that he's like the 4th option out of his bullpen is amazing. You still got guys like Ryan Stanek who throw 99, 100 miles per hour in the back end of that bullpen. And Stanek be coming in. He joked about it himself after the trades happened. You got him coming in the 4th, 5th inning, in a playoff series if need be. So that basically means he'll never be seen. It's a deep bullpen now, And again, I could be wrong too. These guys could automatically fall apart. Baseball's funny that way, right? Maybe Rogers struggles for the next 2 months. Maybe Ryan struggles. I don't know. But, they made the moves necessary. Would I like to get them starting pitchers? Sure. I think any team out there in the major leagues wanted starting pitching. Toronto
Jake
made
Berg
that
got
move.
tattooed, bro.
Who?
Jake Berg got tattooed for the Yankees tonight. He
Okay.
gave up 4 runs, 3 hits.
Is that the new acquisition, right?
The Colorado guy, yep.
Right. There you go. So Jake Bird, new acquisition from the Yanks, just got, tattooed. So there's your best bullpen for you, Nasty. Baseball's funny, man. You never know. Maybe,
Bednar came in, he got tattooed, the new Yankee.
there you go. So
1 and 2/3, he gave up 4 hits and 2 runs.
all right. So there's your
But
proof right there.
Bird really got the work, bro. Guess what? Camilo Doval came in. He gave up a run as well for the Yankees. Remember, the Yankees gave up 13 runs tonight in the loss. So.
Right.
And Camilo took the loss.
That's rough. So not a good
That's
start.
rough, bro.
Not a good start for the new Yankees.
No, for the bullpen.
Not a good night for them either, especially in a
No.
Friday. Were they home?
Not. They were in Miami.
They were in Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, the Yankees are down here. in
That's a
Miami.
tough one, man. That's a tough one, to start. But listen, let's see how they, obviously we talked about Marlins been super hot. One of the hottest teams in baseball in the last, probably, 10, 20 games.
Oh, man, 30.
Even
They're
30,
only 3
right?
games under.
what
Yeah,
about-
they're 3 games under, yeah.
We'll see. Maybe the Yankees turn it around a little bit here on the weekend. I
We'd
know
like
the
to get
Mets.
that game tomorrow from them, that's for sure.
You like to see the Mets turn it around as well. Even though I like to, you'd like to see a little bit of fight in them tonight. Force extra innings. Bats were just not batting tonight. Nothing was going on. But they find a way to tie it up, force it in 10 and lose in 10. So you like to see that, but at the end of the day, it's a team that they gotta beat. Giants 500 Bull, really kind of just stagnant at the deadline, and or sellers really at the deadline, because they were
They
sellers.
sold a lot.
They were sellers to the Mets. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
did Rogers?
They
pitch
also
tonight,
sold
or
their
no? We gotta check.
remember they sold to the Mets and the Yankees. They sold Duval to the Yankees.
Right.
And then they got Rogers to the Giants.
Was it Rogers pitch tonight? I gotta check. Let me check right now.
I got it right here.
Damn, that game they lost. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on.
No, Rogers ain't pitch.
Yankees didn't get smoked, bro.
No, I said they got beat 13-12.
Oh, okay. I thought
I told you that. I said it was a shootout. It's a tough
it
game
was
to
a
lose.
shootout. Oh,
And they were up 12-10.
that's wild. By the way.
Yeah,
I
they had a
thought
shootout in Miami.
I'm
No,
sorry.
they
I
didn't.
misheard you before. I thought it was 13.
No, I said
to 2.
the pitching staff got smoked.
Right. I thought it was 13-2.
No,
Wow.
they put the buckets. They put the
Yeah,
buckets up.
offense
The Yankees
was
scored the
swinging.
runs. Yeah, they scored the runs.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah. Interesting score. Huh? There was another.
Yeah,
There's
that's
two
a
more
wild
teams
game.
who scored 6. There's 2 more teams who scored 16 tonight.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think the Pirates scored 16. Yeah, the Pirates. I said the Pirates.
Yeah, Stanton's been hot, man. I think it was 9 home runs in like 20 games, 21 games, something like that. Guy's on pace for like a 69 home run season.
Yeah.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Volpe with a home run tonight. Hey, how about that? You know?
Oh, there it goes. There's the other crazy one. The Rockies beat the Pirates 17-16 in
God
Colorado.
damn. Wow.
Right?
That's just a bad game. The Rockies and Pirates, man. It's just,
But they lit the scoreboard up.
there's just no pitching. There's
And
just-
guess what?
Oh my God.
The Pirates scored 9 runs in the first inning
Oh my
and lost.
God, that's crazy, bro.
You can't make it up.
That's
the Rockies
insane.
go ahead. The Rockies go ahead. They put up 2 in the 8th and 5. They were down 16-10 going into the 8th, and they put up 2 in the 8th and 5 in the 9th to win the game.
I'm
watching
that's
unbelievable. Look, you see that?
absurd, bro.
Unbelievable. I'm watching Atlanta and Cincinnati last night. Atlanta scores 8 runs in the 8th and smoking these guys. Next thing you know, these guys turn around. They tie the game up. It was 11-3 going into the bottom of the 8th. Cincinnati turned around. They score 8 runs in the 8th. They tie the game up with 11-11. They're going crazy in Cincinnati. I'm watching the game like, oh, wow, what a game. And then guess what? Atlanta gets a run in the extra inning. They get the ghost runner in. They shut Cincinnati down in the 10th. They lose the game.
That's
So
absurd,
they come back,
bro.
they lose. They come back, they lose. They hit the bro, and they scored all 8 runs with the bases low, with nobody out.
That,
So when they finally tie the game up,
Jeez,
they
what did they
tie
bat
the
out?
game up.
oh, they
they
batted
tied
out
the game up.
twice?
No, one time they scored 8 one time. Everybody scored.
Jesus Christ.
They tied the game up with a 3-run jack. Remember, they tied the game up with a 3-run jack, and then there's no one on base. 11-11, brand new game. These guys that's it. That was it. It's like, all right, we're good. Let's go home. And then, they didn't do nothing again. Baseball, man, baseball, right? I wish I could have got a hold of that Pirates Colorado game, but who's gonna run into that one? It would have took a miracle for me to see that game.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, so
baseball.
oh, I got,
Baseball, baby.
I got this for you. So, Mr. Mr. Ryan Hesley, is it Hesley? It's Hesley, right? He did pitch for the Mets tonight. Rogers did not.
Rogers did not.
Hesley went 1 inning. 2 hits came in before Diaz, I believe, in the 8th inning. 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, struck out 3 to get out the inning. No earned runs. So a scoreless frame for him is ERA 2.92. So a good start for him. A little shaky, obviously gives up the 2 hits.
Hey, listen, it's
But,
a relief pitcher. Just don't give up runs.
But 3 strikeouts, that's good as well. Mets also had who is that?
When you can blow 3 people away, bro, you can give up hits. When you can strike people out like that, you can put guys on.
Damn
Shit.
straight, yeah.
Shit. You can smoke people like that.
Yeah, honestly, it was good pitching for the Mets tonight. You know, Peterson, 6 innings, 2
Mhm.
earned. You sign up for that any day, man. This guy, let me tell you, David Peterson's been phenomenal, bro. 2.83
solid.
ERA. You know, this lefty man, what a career he's starting to have. You know, like he really
Right.
just, you know, has come a long way with it. And he has really put together just a fabulous year. But a good start for him. You know, just the bats weren't batting tonight. That's really what it comes down to. You know, yeah, and that's been the Mets' offense. Honestly, it just really has. Like they're very sporadic. You see, Lindor went 1 for 4 tonight. You know, when Lindor's hitting, the Mets win. When he's not hitting,
Right,
you
they
know,
lose.
They lose.
Straight up.
And it's kind of weird.
been like that
Soto
since he's
1
been
for
here.
4. Both of them, Soto and Lindor, 248 and 246 average. Soto having a 248. It's just been rather mediocre
Pedestrian.
at times. Yeah, it really has. Which it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing for the Mets.
Yeah, maybe the best is yet to come.
Yeah, Mullins did pinch hit. He had an at bat. Didn't do anything. I don't know what he did. Maybe ground out, fly out, whatever it is. 0 for 1.
Right.
But he did make his Mets debut tonight. And that's it, man. Alonso with his 23rd home run of the year. So you love to see
The
that.
free agent to be.
Free. Yeah, no, I think he'll be coming back. But I do.
We might have to pay Roberts, man.
I do think he's gonna be coming back. We'll see though.
How about Roberts? So you got to pay Roberts first.
Oh Jesus.
I'm a troll. I know it.
Boston beating Houston 2-1 in 10. That's a big one out in Boston.
F the Astros.
LA 5-0 over Tampa out in Tampa. Well, not Tampa.
Tampa's fell off, man.
Yeah,
Remember them resurging?
Yeah.
They're 2 games under 500.
Maybe Tampa's finally just not that good.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
Not.
Like maybe their run of excellence and things like that is just finally not that good. Kansas City stomping on Toronto 9-3. Milwaukee, god damn, bro. Leave Washington alone. 16-9.
There's another 16
Another
point.
16
A lot of
point.
16s,
Wow,
yeah.
Jesus. What is going on? And the Mets get a little bit of a win. Cincinnati beats Atlanta 3-2. Phillies, unfortunately, win 5-4 over Detroit. That's a big one right there. Nice little win for Philadelphia. Feeling good. They scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th to overtake Detroit. And their new acquisition from the Twins, Duran, the closer, big-time closer, gets his freaking first save as a Philadelphia Phillies, son of a bitch.
Twins really sold everyone off.
They really did. And there you go. Duran, gets his 17th save of the year. Now with the freaking Phillies. Philly's got Corcoran over there, man. Let me tell you, man, that Philly bullpen, a little scary, too, I got to say. It matches well with the Mets, and I got to be a little worried about that. I think the Mets, they're tit for tat with the Phillies, but I'll give the Phillies their shine, man. It's going to be a hell of a summer and on the East Coast. Well, we'll see, man. I don't know. But that's enough for the trade deadline. We talked a lot about it, and it's getting late. We're already in the 12 o'clock hour if you're here with us live. If you're watching with us in post, we appreciate you as always. Hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Keep the notification on as always. 20,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and yet we're not streaming on YouTube tonight, man. I feel like almost like half empty. We missed out on the YouTube viewers. They were supposed to be with us tonight. I hope that you were
No, they're gonna be here
to catch us. Climate Chef, what's going on, Chef? Man, I've been trying to contact the man. Where you been? How's everything, bro? Hope you had a nice little vacay. The chef is here, everybody. Coming from Shiv Nation. My man, Pots and Pans. He is a chef in the real life. Cooks some damn good food. And he's the organizer of a couple of paintball teams out there in PA. Chef, we need you to come on, and we need to talk about this. We need to talk about the chef in business, you and your food truck, and things like that, some of the things that you've been doing. And we need to talk about your whole paintball endeavor and what you've been, I don't know what you call it, the conglomerate that you're building over there, man. You got multiple teams. This guy's got running like 3-4 teams right now, Dub. All right? He's the captain of all. He's got, got coaches in line. This guy went from nothing to something and has been doing his thing. I'm real proud of him. It's my little cousin over there, Chef. And, really trying to make his way into professional paintball, man. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. Good stuff over there. They take it very seriously, and he's getting very organized. Definitely would love to have you on the show, Chef. I'll talk to you in private. We'll set that up soon we'll get you on here. We'll get that going. Dub, it's getting late, man. We're gonna cut to a quick couple of topics real quick. I know we mentioned Mikal Bridges signing the contract extension. What was the
mentioning it.
What was the final numbers on those 4 years? Was it 140 for him?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Which in this day and age, NBA is a decent number for the team paying it. So it's like, they got a deal on him.
150. 4 years, 150.
Yeah.
With a
So
player
that's under,
option in 2029, 2030.
So it's under 40 mils, a little under that, underneath OG's contract, underneath 40 annually, a little bit underneath that. 160 will be 40 annually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what can you say? What we can say is that we know that with Bridges being signed, he's untradeable for at least 6 months. So that pretty much shuts down any Giannis, LeBron thing we were talking. That will shut it down. This Knicks team is the Knicks team we're pretty much going to see going into the 25-26 season, Matty B.
Yes. Yeah, I know. It was kind of a little slightly upsetting, honestly, when I heard it. I was like, okay, that's okay.
You knew what it meant.
That direction. I knew what it meant. All those
he
moves,
was the flexibility,
him
not having a contract and being on his last year at $20 million. He was the flexibility you had to make a deal, the value, and that now he no longer is that his values have gone down as far as other teams are concerned because his contract's gone up. So.
Leon Rose did release a statement from the New York Knicks, which is unusual. All right, I have it right up there on the screen for those who are interested. He released it yesterday, as the New York Knicks social media team released it 6:03 p.m. We are pleased to sign Mikal to a long-term contract extension and for his commitment to what we are building in New York since Mikal's arrival with us a little over a year ago. He has shown his dedication, professionalism, and winning pedigree on and off the court on a daily basis. Mikal is a unique talent who possesses a skill set and durability that very few players in the league have, and his abilities on both sides of the court in every game made him a vital part of our team's success last season. We look forward to his continued growth and development as part of the Knicks family for years to come. From your man, Leon Rose. Well, listen, man, I can't argue it. He obviously showed his worth, in the Eastern Conference semis and just, just all throughout the playoffs. He definitely did his thing, questionable at times throughout the regular season. But, it begs the question, what moves will they make? Will
none.
Will they? I think there's moves still maybe potential.
I think Mitchell Robinson's contract's still flexible. Yeah.
Well, even finding a way to bring back like a guy like DiVincenzo, something like that. Maybe that Villanova collection, something to just maybe,
that'd be nice.
A little icing on top of the cake. You know what I'm saying? Just to run with this team because I don't know if it's enough. I really don't know if it's enough. The West is
to be honest, Matt. The Knicks. I mean, let's just talk about the East because we haven't gotten out of the West in almost 25 years. We haven't seen the West Conference. We haven't been in the finals. So let's just do the East for now. And the East is weak. We know that, and they're gonna try to capitalize on that. And we said they Cleveland, and we have new emergence with Orlando and Atlanta, Boston and Indiana take a step back. Philly, we'll see what they do.
Do you think that played a role in their decision making to not?
I think so.
Go heavy. Is that because you see the injuries with?
I think it might have, but also this is weird to me, Matt. Like the last 2 seasons, I wanted the Knicks kind of chill out when moves, and this is the year I wanted to make a move, and they did the opposite. So I'm not thrilled about it, but I'm not the GM either. But I definitely think it. I think that the injuries in the Eastern Conference played a part in the Knicks. I think what the Knicks, everyone else is doing always plays a part with what they're doing. I mean, it goes that with anyone, but I mean in particular with them. Because like I said, with the Pacers' success, it led to Thibodeau's exit. Just saying, oh, these guys, we could have beat these guys. We could have been in us. But I think the Knicks are going to have a great opportunity to advance. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of things they didn't address. I don't, and maybe the management thinks it's going to be addressed with the new coaching staff.
Yeah.
But the defense
guys.
was poor. We're weak defensively, Matt. And our two best players are liabilities defensively. I know we re-signed our one of our best defenders in Mikhail. I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know Mitchell Robinson's contract situation. I know he's should be seeking one soon. So he probably flexible to deal, but we need him. So I don't know, man. What do you think?
Well, I think the fact that the East is struggling with their injuries, at least in terms of the top tier teams, I think it eased their decision into becoming more aggressive and shipping away some of these assets. I think they basically said it right then and there. They think this team is a contender. They think another year with this team, more growth, more comfortability, and maybe the way things kind of play out towards the end of the year, towards the trade deadline, that all right, maybe we can ship one of these guys. Maybe we can ship Mitchell.
We want to play Tyler Kolek next year. He's not a good defender. We want to play him this year with Jalen after replace Jalen, but Jalen's a bad defender. We're going to place him with another bad defender. I don't know Jordan Clarkson, what he's been doing defense. We add him. Cool. We lost Precious. We add the other kid from Philly, the other forward. Replace Achua. Man.
Well,
I would like another big man to help out because I really don't like putting that pressure on Cat.
Yeah, I agree with
Night
you.
in, night out with the beating he takes. I don't want him taking those beatings.
I agree. And listen, I think, we're also forgetting that, we're under a new regime now with the Knicks. So, we're under, head coach Mike Brown. He's definitely going to do things way differently than Tibbs. He's going to play into their depth. And I don't know. I don't know necessarily. We've never really seen it before, so we don't really know how that's going to affect these guys long term. Will it benefit them? I don't think it's going to not benefit them. If anything, it's just I think it'll rest them. I think it's probably going to benefit them in a big way. So it's going to be interesting to see that transition and see how that culminates into their record and their overall play. I don't know. Maybe this is a new look Knicks team that says, holy shit, they're playing into their depth and, all they need to make is maybe one or two bench moves to bolster that bench, especially if you're going to stick to that bench and play that bench. I don't know, man. Maybe it could be the move. I just, of course, as a Knicks fan who has waited so damn long for them to do something and be this good, I'm thinking all right, come on, man, let's make the move. Everybody else makes these freaking big splashes, let's go. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta have.
We're not gonna see one before the season starts. This is it.
No. This you're right. That has gone out the window now. If anything, if that were to come, it would have happened already. I think we're a little too late at that point. Basketball will be here before you know it. And shit, you already got football on the way. So
I'm about to say, faster than that. Here we go. Hall of Fame game yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Chargers blew out the Lions.
So now there's football from here till God knows when, right? So
yeah,
I mean, and same thing with basketball. So it's we'll see. I don't hate it right now. Obviously, we know this team is going to be fine during the regular season. So I don't think they felt the pressure of needing to make that huge move. I think as you get towards the trade deadline the next year, you'll hear those rumors start to fly, and if the Knicks are really separating themselves from the rest of the league, or they're on the teetering edge of that,
nah, they're not going to separate themselves from Cleveland, and they're not good enough.
I really don't know. I really don't know.
The Knicks going to run away the conference by 6 games. I don't see it. The Cavs are too good. And they have a lot to prove.
They're good.
Right.
But again, I don't know what this new look Knicks team will be. I think it could really benefit them in a huge way, especially in the season.
I just see the Cavs being good again, and them I see them winning the conference.
I actually don't.
We're not winning the conference. Getting the best record in the conference.
I actually don't. I think you'll see. I think you'll see the Cavs fall back a little bit this year. I do not think they'll be as good.
Who?
No,
why?
Nobody.
They got a lot of talent.
No. You're not listening to nobody. They just will not be. They will just not be as good. That's it.
They got a lot of talent, bro.
Okay, they'll have a lot of old talent too.
And who old?
What do you mean?
Who's old
Donovan
on the Cavs?
Mitchell, Love.
He's not
Love.
30. He's a star. He's a superstar. He's not even 30. He's like 29. Come on, man.
Right.
Donovan Mitchell is a young, Mobley's young talent. They got the Afro guy, Jared Allen, young talent. They got a good team. They just add, they got a good team. They're going to be there with us.
Yeah.
I don't know, in a weak East. Yeah, they're going to be there.
I'm just saying, I don't think they'll be as good. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're going to be bad. You're right. He's 20. He's 28 to your credit.
He's a superstar.
But,
they're young as heck. They're younger than the Knicks.
what's the average? Are they? Let me check. I'm sorry
man,
if I'm wrong.
sure.
The average age of the Cavs. Let me see.
1,000% younger than the Knicks.
I'm sorry, I was wrong on that. Then I thought they were a lot older. I was.
They're gonna be back. They're gonna be right there with us. They're gonna be the ones. They're gonna be the threat. The only thing I like that is that we've handled them a couple of playoff series, but this team has come up with us. With the Pacers, they were been rising. They fell apart last year, bro. They have a lot to prove. Knicks have a lot to prove. I think they're gonna win.
The average
have the
age
best
is
record.
27 years old, so that's pretty damn good.
Probably like 29.
What?
Our average age. Or the Knicks average age, what, 29 maybe?
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Clarkson there are probably 30 now. Clarkson's like 33.
To my credit, I was right, but it's not much right. 26 years old. Knicks are younger.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nick's a little younger. Okay.
Knicks a little younger.
So they're right there. These two teams, they re-signed their guy Mobley, and they give their guys money. At the end of the day, there's just gonna be two teams going mano a mano. Now for another team, I'm not gonna say Orlando's gonna make. They have to prove that they can step in this because the Knicks are proved that they can. They're the Knicks and the Cavs are the ones. If the Pacers and the Celtics were there, we'd be talking about 4 teams. They're not. So I don't know, man. The question is, can the Pistons make the leap?
I think they will make the leap. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think they could be better. Yeah,
They will.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So they're going to take. But there's
I
a
don't know
lot
if
of
they'll
wins
take
in the
Cleveland's
conference.
spot. Yeah, I don't know.
Right. Milwaukee's has a spot that needs to be taken away from them. So Milwaukee won. Milwaukee was a 4 seed last year. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going a long season.
Chef, the fact that you're 30 is insane, by the way. That's wild. Yeah, man. I know. Listen, it's going to be interesting. But, Knicks definitely showed their hand and said, hey, this is it,
Yeah, they threw it in. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, so. All right, we'll live with that one. That's for sure. It is what it is there.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Before we move on to some of the ending statements and all of that, if you're watching in post, if you're watching with us now live, go back, check out the beginning of the episode. Tonight we had our good friend Kenneth Singletary come on, NYPD retired officer, talking about his 20 plus years in the force and everything that comes with that. Some of the mental health struggles that he dealt with, and just we talked a little gun reform. We talked about the mass shooting that took place earlier this week, in Manhattan. A lot of good stuff, a lot to uncover, and he talks his battle with cancer, with brain cancer specifically. Talks about his relationship with God, the whole 9. So please check back, listen in. It's a great interview. We went for almost 2 hours. I think it was 1 hour and 40 with Ken, and definitely worth watching. Please go check it out. I'll have all the information up for you guys in post. I'll be getting the whole episode up for you guys tomorrow, and most likely do some long form videos for the YouTube page. Again, I apologize for my YouTube viewers, that you guys were not able to watch it live with us tonight. Hopefully you got the message on our socials that we went live on Twitch instead. And that's the importance of keeping update and understand. I actually should have thrown out a post on the YouTube page, so I apologize for that. There's a lot going on prior to the show. We were hoping that we could get this live in for the simulcast, but it wasn't in the cards tonight. All right. We've been going on now. Whew, Dub, we're literally about to hit the 3-hour mark. I don't want to keep on going too long. I intend on doing another show on Sunday for the sports show, episode 33. So, just be around for that. Keep those notifications on. Hopefully, we'll get the YouTube page up and running for the live show. We do want to get to the full of the day segment before we get out of here tonight. Before we do so, Micah Parsons from the Cowboys, I'm trying to pull it up for you guys, has notified the team that he will be requesting a trade. That he wants out, that he's not happy with his time. And
he let out that big statement, Matty.
I know. I'm trying to pull it up now for the people.
I know it, Matty. I know what you do, brother.
I was trying
I'm over here trying to do some filler, but yeah, and then the way the statement's worded, guys, is like, I did everything I can. It's not like a big breakup with someone who didn't want to, but they had no choice.
Here's the statement here for you guys right here. So you see Micah Parsons releases a statement demanding trade from the Cowboys. All right. Oh, God, I got to zoom in for myself here. Jesus. I'm going to see if I can make this a little bigger for you guys real quick. Might cut some of it off. Okay, that's better. Okay.
It's 1 a.m. almost, so I'm going to break up his bud.
It's apparently from the iCloud that he released this statement. Yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans in sports and make this America's team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for way up in Harrisburg, PA. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and my teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. I had purposely stayed quiet in hopes of getting something done, but since there is confusion out there, let me clear some things up. I had my agent reach out to the Cowboys last off-season after my 3rd year in hopes of getting a deal done early. Unfortunately, the team did not want to start any negotiations at that point. I was okay with that, didn't complain, and focused on the 2024 season. After the season, I told my agent once again to let the team know we were open to negotiate when they met at the Combine. My agent informed me I should wait for other deals to get done because the price would only go up, but I didn't care and wanted to secure myself as a Cowboy long term. This was before any of the other pass rushers deals in the 2024 season. After the season, I told my agent once again to let the team know we were open to negotiate when they met at the Combine. My agent informed me I should wait for other deals to get done because the price would only go up. I'm reading the same now. Damn, sorry. I knew I'd be leaving money on the table, but once again, I was okay with that. Again, radio silence as far as my extension. In March, I met with Mr. Jones to talk about leadership. Somehow, the conversation turned into him talking contract with me. Yes, I engaged in a back and forth in regards to what I wanted from my contract, but at no point did I believe this was supposed to be a formal negotiation, and I informed Mr. Jones afterward my agent would reach out thinking this would get things done. But when my agent reached out and spoke to Adam, and he was told the deal was pretty much already done, my agent, of course, told him that wasn't the case and also reached out to Stephen Jones. Again, the team decided to go silent. At that point, we decided we would allow them to reach out to us whenever they decided they wanted to talk. You still still not a call or email or text to my agent about starting a negotiation. Up to today, the team has not. Let me just make sure I'm good. Engage in a back and forth. Right. Hold on, I gotta scroll down low. My agent, of course, told him that was the case. Decided to go silent. Right. Where are we? Come on, skip ahead, peeps. Now, one demand has been made by my agent about money, years, or anything else. Still, I stay quiet, but again, after repeated shots at myself and all the narratives, I have made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. Well, good for Micah in that sense. I got to give it to him, bro. Balls of steel there. And
He sounds like everything he said is the truth, bro.
he does, absolutely. I believe him. Jerry
Started seeing
Jones.
them other boys get paid, bro. He's seen that
Jones-
boy. What's my man from Cleveland? He's seen that contract. He's like, enough.
Yeah, and what's this shady backdoor? Like, Jones calling him in, like, kind of pressing him on the contract details when not involving the agent, things like that. Like, kind of really just spying it on him, and then ultimately going completely silent in the process. So, like, what the hell is that about? Like, that's not.
It doesn't sound like the way Michael wrote that. Michael's, not sound like he didn't change his mind.
No.
I was like, yeah, he's
Even
done.
yeah.
Bro.
Even if you offered him a decent bag at
No,
this point,
you don't want to play
think,
games
yeah.
with them no more.
And why should he? You know what I'm saying? Enough.
He played ball a little bit. He said it's 3 years. He's been the best pass rusher in the league. More or less him and Myles Garrett. And Myles got paid, and Myles was bitching. Myles demanded a trade, and they came out like, "Hey, Myles," and that worked. And he saw that too. Micah seen that.
Yeah. Nah, good on.
Remember,
his
Myles
part,
said he wanted out.
Mhm.
Remember, Myles Garrett said he wanted out, and then the Browns came around with that money like a week later, and those ridiculous record-breaking contracts. I'm like, Michael wanted his money. Good for him, like you said, Matty. And now we're gonna have him and McLaurin too. McLaurin's going through something similar in Washington. He's 30 years old, great receiver who's given a lot to the organization in their worst times, and now they're good, and he wants money.
Right.
He wants his time. I don't know about Terry in Washington, but Micah, he's gonna demand a lot, bro. The Cowboys are gonna ask for a lot. But they're gonna open up there. Man, they're gonna trade him. 2 first-round picks, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, sure, why not, right?
At least.
Worth it. Yeah, he's worth it indeed. Yeah,
Give him
it's
about
going to
the
be
Jets
interesting to
with
see
Micah
how
McGree.
this plays out, because if he's just going to hold out until they trade, clearly, it'd bode well for Dallas to do something.
Jerry likes to play these games.
Yeah, I was about to say, does he play hardball and try to force his hand?
Jerry's gonna play a little. Jerry's gonna play. I don't know if he's gonna play hardball, but he's definitely gonna play ball a little bit. Jerry's gonna
cost him a couple of weeks?
I don't know, because it'll hurt Jerry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it will.
Whoever gets Micah is gonna pay Micah, give Micah what he wants. He's gonna kiss Micah Sukas. He's gonna give him whatever he wants. They're gonna give him what he wants.
Yeah.
But it's gonna hurt Jerry. Jerry, you're getting old. You're wasting time. It's been 1995. It's been a long time. It was 30 years now. You're going to play games with him, or
overall, it just hurts this team. This team is not already
you're going to trade the guy for picks. Yeah, the picks that are not going to help you this year.
Right. And Dallas doesn't need picks right now. They need players, and if you give them one of the best out there, available, just the way, what does this mean for the organization going forward, and the look of this organization going forward? I mean, he painted out right there.
I mean,
for everybody to see.
We're kind of used to, and what you're saying, that we're kind of used to Jerry playing games. We know that he's been playing games since Emmett, Troy, and Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
So but it comes to,
But how does that affect an
he
incoming free agent?
He's always played games, but this in particular, with this talent, this individual, this specific player, with all the Hall of Famers, he's played games with Nate Newton and the offensive lineman he needed to sign from past to present. I think this particular one, I don't think it's going to hurt them with free agency, so to speak, because he can always Jerry's the kind of guy who's going to kiss the other guys' asses and then not take care of his own. He's one of those guys. So I don't think it's gonna hurt him free agency wise, but I think in the team it's gonna hurt him. The guys there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So but yeah, I think it really hurts the 2025 Cowboys as well, big time. This is a team just chasing Philadelphia, this team is chasing Washington. And then now we go back to hurting your morale, player morale. And the worst sport it is to have bad morale in the National Football League. So I don't like it at all. But they need to get through the situation quick as possible. So if you need to move Micah, move him immediately. Don't play these games, these
Right,
week 2, week 3
right.
games that you were alluding to, Matty. I wouldn't play those games, Matt.
I wouldn't either. You gotta make it disrupts the locker room, the whole nine. It's just not a good start to your year. You're already starting off on a negative foot. It's not a good look for them. It's a kind of a bash towards the organization, how they run things, and what does this mean for an incoming free agent and or just an incoming player via trade? Does it make you want to be here for the players that are still there now? Does it make you want to re-sign? It's a lot of questions going forward. It almost seeming like we're kind of looking towards the end of Jerry Jones and that whole regime, man. Like
Yeah, I can see that.
I think we're getting I don't, maybe not this year, next year, whatever, but like we're getting there. And I don't know.
We're
if
not
this
trying to
team,
kill Jerry off or anything,
No.
and it's not like he's going to sell the team or anything, but just like this is unusual, Matt, because even
Yeah.
with Dak, we knew Dak was going to get the money. We know Jerry plays the games. With Zeke years ago, we knew Zeke
Right.
would get the money.
Right.
It's just something with Micah being, to me, he's the best talent they've had out of any of them in the
Sure.
last forever.
Sure.
Right?
Like pure talent.
So,
Yeah,
and
for
the
sure.
play, right, and the play with him, and for him to watch everyone get paid, and then when it's his time, you just tell him, they really look like they played with him the most, and he got pissed off, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need this shit.
In other news in the NFL, big news today. The NFL and ESPN strike a multi-billion-dollar deal.
didn't know
NFL gets 10% equity in ESPN. ESPN gets Red Zone and NFL Network properties. Okay, so if Red Zone, if you're a big fan, if you've been doing it all the years, they're about to get a major overhaul, and I don't know if this is necessarily a good thing for Red Zone. If you look at a lot of the comments online, people don't seem to agree or think so. This could be a change in the industry, and obviously, whenever ESPN kind of touches something, it always kind of gets a little too corporate.
A little weird.
Yeah, a little weird and a little too corporate. So,
A little high fructose corn syrup they put in it, they pump into
I
it.
like that. That was a good one, bro.
Right?
Yeah, that was a good one. Yes, I agree. Gonna be interesting. Not that it doesn't really affects me, but I know for a lot of people, man, they
Red
big into
Zone's
the
Red Zone. They're gonna put the games on, but
Yeah.
I know they probably make the setting of it. The whole thing is gonna change.
Yeah,
ESPN.
something's gonna change. I don't know if it's a good thing, but
Savage.
nonetheless, big deal. Again, NFL, ESPN strike multi-billion-dollar deal. NFL gets 10% equity in ESPN, that's a big win, for the NFL. That's going to generate a lot right there for them.
A lot
Especially,
more money than usual. Than
yeah,
they
no
already
doubt.
have.
Like that's a proper investment for them. I think that's a good call on their part. What it does for the fan base, I don't know, but in terms of investment, I think that's not bad. I think ESPN, at least for the foreseeable future, is going to be around. I don't know though. Like I
They're
don't
the
know. I
leader.
don't
The
know.
leader in sports.
I just don't know if their value has long-term sustainability in this day and age. I think that
don't
might
know.
be shifting.
If they keep
know.
evolving, they just got to keep evolving, man. They
Yeah,
have been.
but they're not. Nah, not
They're
really.
trying. They're always trying
They're
things.
trying. I don't want
They're
to say.
always whatever's happening. I hate it. I hate them too, bro.
And bro,
They're
I
trying
mean,
to
you
stay.
look
They
at what's
keep
going on,
evolving.
like the Shannon Sharps of the world. Everything like this.
Yeah,
Always
then
controversy.
they saw McAfee, they grabbed him. I know,
There's always
because trying all these
controversy.
things out brings controversy.
And
Right.
then now, what? Like, was McAfee gonna be the poster boy of Red Zone now?
And then you can't
Because I
trust
could,
Pat
I could
either.
already see that happening.
And going bad too, because
Yeah.
Pat can walk away anytime he wants, and they keep you. And like he's already walked away from Raw because he was burnt out. And Pat's doing a lot of shit.
And I
it's
think
only
it
so
seems like
long.
he's already burnt out now with everything that's
Right.
going on.
We'll
Yeah.
play AJ Hawk take his place for 3 months.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. All right. That's enough today. We're going to get to our last segment of the night, okay? And it's the Fool of the Day, all right? On each show on Epis, we like to do a Fool of the Day segment. It's only the second time that we're doing this, so we're trying it out. But I hope you guys enjoy it, all right? W and I will each pick a Fool of the Day, and we will mutually agree. And or if we have enough participants in the chat, we'll like to hear your vote as well in regards to it. The more popularity this gains, the more maybe we'll have you guys interact. Maybe we'll throw up a poll on there. Maybe we'll do it early in the show, and we'll throw up a poll early in the show so that you guys can vote throughout.
Good idea.
That's something as well that maybe be in the discussion. But for today's show, all right, we're going to show you each of our candidates for Fool of the Day. I'm going to get Dub's candidate up there real quick. Oh, I did want to see this real quick. Hold on. What's this? Oh, yeah, you were showing me. That's right. I forgot to mention the dildo on the WNBA court. That's all right. It's not really necessary. That's a fun one. If you guys didn't already see it, it was a WNBA game. A fan.
That shit was green as hell.
A fan threw a
She was
dildo
bright
onto
green.
the court.
Oh my god, they're awful.
It's unacceptable behavior. It's kind of funny, but it's unacceptable.
Hilarious. The way they were reacting, the announcers, this is unacceptable. Get them out of here.
Yeah, I did hear that. The announcers. Okay. All right. So I got this guy right here for you guys. Let me pull it up. So here's.
Let's get these fools up here. I gotta go to work.
Let's get these fools up.
Here.
Yeah, these fools. Speaking about us, we have to go to sleep. So, but here's Fool of the Day number 1, Mr. Gilbert Arenas. All right, him, a long-time basketball hooper. All right, celebrates being back out on the streets after arrested in ties. What was a gambling ring? What's the exact story on this?
Yeah, Gil was arrested in ties to a gambling ring, an illegal gambling ring with some Israeli guys. And it so happens that these Israeli guys are tied to this cold case murder.
Oh,
3 years ago in California. But I don't know the link to it with Gil, but except for the Gil in text messages, he was arranging gambling. Gambling events at his place, his property. So we're gonna see how it goes because tax evasion comes with this stuff. But the most foolish part of this thing, the foolery came with Gil. You see him on the steps, just his reaction, his quotes afterwards.
Yeah, I'll play the quote. Is the other link that you sent me that was a video as well of him talking?
The other link was the
or just
quotes,
the words, just the quotes. Okay.
Verbal, the text, the article.
Okay. I'll pull that up for the people talking.
Very very thorough
All
article.
Right. So this is the video of him getting out and running down the steps.
Like Rocky.
You better not. Can't hold me, baby. You can't hold me. Hello.
See, he even tweeted out, back on the streets, saying it had shit to do with me. Just rented the house, wasn't a part of it. So, we'll see. It's a decent Fool of the Day candidate right there. All right,
you got the article though when he says, "I'm gonna start telling on everyone. I'm not going anywhere."
Yeah. I'm gonna pull that up. Was that the article? There was another. You sent me one from Yahoo.
Yeah, that was the article, I believe.
That was an article too? I thought that was the article. Yeah. Let me see right here. Real quick for you guys. Okay, it was an article, yeah. What does he say? Good luck in court. I'm pretty sure I ain't gonna be there when it starts. Sorry, because he said, yeah, good luck in court. I'm pretty sure I ain't gonna be there when it's starting to go, because, yeah, I'm snitching. Oh, man. The 43-year-old bailed out on Wednesday after posting $50,000 in bail. He's like, you got to have 2 passports. Serena said, you think I'm dumb?
They're not going to know about the other one.
Oh, man. Don't get arrested if you got to use the restroom, man. This guy's just clowning, bro.
I told you, bro.
This is the only time you actually stop me, brother. Who knows, man? We'll see. Maybe there's some merit to, the allegations against him. I'm sure it's not going to be the end of this story. So
No.
the fool of
Gambling is illegal.
The Mr. Fool of the Day, Gilbert Arenas candidate,
Number one. All right.
certainly showing his colors there. Yeah, so we'll see. Let me pull up my candidate for Fool of the Day. I think you'll like this one. It's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, let me
see
just
as soon as I see him
here. I know I gotta scroll back a little bit because freaking Shannon Sharp. Oh my god, it's not Shannon Sharp though. Hold on.
Shannon was too easy.
Oh come on, what else? I know I had it too. Oh man, I should use this one as Fool of the Day. I didn't even talk about that. Damn, man. Now I got another potential Fool of the Day. Cause I don't think I talked about this one. That fuck, that's pretty good. God damn, W, it is okay. I know I seen your camera go out there.
I did the magical letters.
Is it this one right here? Let me see. Sorry, guys. Fudging a little bit here. Okay, that didn't work. What's that? Oh, come on. If I really can't find this now. Okay, good. I got it. All right. Beautiful.
Let's go.
All right. Let's get this.
Drum roll.
In there. I do have another one, because I don't think we mentioned this. I don't think it happened on since our before our last show. But this is great, though. This is a classic. So this is great Fool of the Day. I might save the other one just for the hell of it.
Save one, yeah.
But here you go. Yeah, we're going on Sunday. So here's my Fool of the Day. News anchor was suspended for being drunk while being live. Okay, this news anchor comes from Albany. Albany
Look
news
at that
anchor.
eye.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. Oh, it's good, baby. Albany news anchor Heather Cover was suspended after she appeared disoriented and slurred her words during a live CBS 6 broadcast. You gotta check it out, man. It is obvious when you listen to her. All right, here you go.
Much, Emma, for that report. The exhibit is open until August, so you can still check that out. Discover Schenectady. You should really check that out. They do so many good things in Schenectady. The leaders there, they are hopeful that that exhibit's going to bring even more events and exhibits to the area in the future. And so moving on tonight is we have to tell you also, like other news that's happening in the area and across the, the area. In the nation. Let me tell you about this. A 4-year-old girl is actually dead. Another man is clinging to life after shooting in Ohio. More than 50 million people across the country southeast are under warnings for excessive heat. And boy, don't you know that? 105 degrees in Texas today. I just spoke with my mother. That's what she's dealing with. It's a major heat wave. And it is, it's just hitting everywhere. We're so lucky. It's only...
So bad, bro. Bad. All right, there you go. That's my.
She looked more than how she sounded.
She was holding pretty good, but if you really listen to it, you play it back a couple times, you can hear.
If I see her every night, but she looked crazy, and then the face,
that's what I'm saying.
The face, stroke a little bit.
Yeah, she's definitely disheveled, like hammered.
She look a little bit Cincinnati-ish.
I would love to pull up what's like she normally looks like because. That that was bad. So what do you think? What's your vote? Who's your Fool of the Day right there?
Fool of the Day.
Yeah. What do you think?
That's pretty good one, Matt. I like.
You like that one?
Yeah, go on. I like what you got.
I think she's a winner. I am going with it. If you're
going with
it.
It's yours.
No, well, I'm not saying that. If you had something that can combat that, the Gilbert Arenas thing. He's definitely a fool, and he's a fool for saying what the hell he's saying. But
yeah, him himself. Yeah, he's a clown.
By the way, I got a picture for you right now. So here she is. This is what she really looks like. Okay, on a good day. When she's not hammered. Okay, so Yep, that's a stark contrast. All right, there you go. There's another one. Much better. Much better.
Yeah, man.
You know, as opposed
Yeah.
wait. As opposed to this? Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah, you could I don't know who let her go live, man. Whoever
I don't know
was
if she
part
was
of
drunk, but it was
yeah.
something wrong.
Whoever was nah, you think she's having a stroke? Just fucking stroke it out. Bro.
Cincinnati, get the Cincinnati scale out.
We get the Oh man. All right, we're gonna give the fool of the day to one Heather Culver. All right, from
Albany, New York.
Albany, New York. Oh man, going live drunk. As far as I know, she's been suspended. She was not let go of her duties. So you know, they're giving her a try. Give
her some grace, man.
Giving her some grace. Maybe she's having a tough time. You know. Apparently, her mother's giving her a lot of shit with this Texas.
Her mother in
apparently.
Texas, yeah. Her mother in Texas. Yeah. What a night!
Oh man, what a night indeed! I think Dub, this is probably the longest show. I know we had
That
like
other
a
one,
small little
that
tiny
other one
break.
was longer. Yeah.
You think this is 3.5 hours, bro?
Yeah.
You know,
The other one was about 3.5 too. It was 3.5
it?
or 4.
It was close, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
oh man.
This is no rivalry.
Just insane. Again, thank you for everybody tuning in tonight. I know it's been a long one. I know it's a Friday night. I know you've been busy doing your own thing. We've had people come and go tonight here on Twitch, so it's been great. Thank you for all the participants in the chat, and thank you again for everybody watching in post. A big day for Epis. You know, we hit 20,000 today on YouTube.
We did.
And,
Wow.
And the number is like climbing still. I don't even know what's going on, guys. I haven't even posted a lot. What are you doing? Like,
What is wrong with you
know,
guys?
what is wrong? Exactly. Like, gee, we're at 20.2, bro. We've gained over 100 followers since the show has gone. You know, again, we just thank all of you. The views are up. The watch time hours are up. Listen, Dub, they didn't like a lot of that Shaq RG3 stuff, but they sure as hell watched it. I'll tell you what, the views are viewing, you know, with that stuff right now. So we got to put some more of that long form content out for you guys. But again, we appreciate all the support. What a journey it's been since just 6 months ago. We really got this thing off the ground, especially on the YouTube page. And me and Dub really came back and made a resurgence. And we went from 5 subscribers to 20.2. It almost does not seem real. We've literally had over 8,000 subscribers in the last 28 days. So, again, thank you for all of you, for showing up, supporting, whether it be in silence, whether it be present here in the live chats. From India, shout out to Matty. Good morning. Have a beautiful day, Matty. Just the fact that good old Matty can.
I'm over here looking at Epis stats and shit right now. So I got my head. I'm just like, wow,
it's insane, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Unbelievable.
Sometimes I gotta pinch myself a little bit and just keep it going and keep the momentum going, man. I mean, shows like today having
people are watching the show longer. There's actually people really watching.
Yeah,
big chunks.
Yeah, for sure. It's a beautiful thing, man. And there's just you guys keep on showing up, and so will we. And the show's gonna just grow and get better, and then there's just so much more down the pipeline coming. This Sunday, I already have the next guest booked. We're episode 33 for the Epis Sports. I'm not sure quite on the stream time, so look out for that. I'm probably midday stream. That's what I was thinking about. Midday. I don't know if you're available, Dub. You working? What are you doing?
When?
Sunday?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be at work. I'm not available.
Not available.
Tomorrow,
You're working for that one?
Yeah. I got soccer game.
Yeah. I got you. For those of you that, will be here and will be available or watching in post, we have an ultra runner coming on the show. He's going to talk about his journey.
Oh, wow.
He's a friend of mine. He helped coach me through my ultra marathon. he's coming on. This guy runs like literally 70 miles a week and then some. He's been tearing it up. You know, he's got an ultramarathon, 100-mile race coming up soon. He even asked me to pace him on a 100-mile race next year, which I said, dude, I'll be there. It's down in Georgia. And the fact that even like I was honored enough to be asked to do that was amazing. So I told him, you know, he said, he's like, you could run it with me. I'm like, I don't know if I could do 100 miles yet. You know, I don't know if I'm quite ready for that, but who knows? Maybe we'll see, man. You know, I'm on my own journey with that.
Right.
You know, but he'll be coming on and he'll be talking about, you know, his journey. He's got a lot to talk about as well in the mental health realm of things. I know it's not going to be quite the mental health show, but you know, it all ties into the same here on Epis. We all like to talk about it. You know, he's got his own struggles, his own story that he wants to tell as well. You know, he's battling Crohn's disease, so a lot going on. Can't wait to have him on, talk about it. That's going to be a hell of a show as well. So tune in for that on Sunday if you can. Again, keep the notifications on so that you get notified when we're going live or you see any updates from the show as is. I'm going to be spitting out content about today's show, our interview with Kenneth Singletary, the retired NYPD officer. Again, hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a really fun interview and just a very
eye-opening.
A very eye-opening, emotional interview as well. It's always good to hear a different perspective, and man, you know, he had a lot to say. So, Ken, if you're watching this or any of your family or friends, you know, we thank you for coming on, and you know, we're happy to give you the platform and tell you a story, man, and hope that you come on again. That's all I have for you folks tonight. All right, we could just keep going at this point, but you know, man, somebody's got to get some sleep. Yeah, and I could, man, I really could, but you know, I'm tired, man. It's been a long night. It's been a long day. It's been a long week, man. So again, thank you everybody for showing up as always. Dub, any closing comments for the people?
No, man, I'm good, Matty. I'm good. It's been a great show. Ken, thank you again. We got a lot more we didn't cover, so we're gonna be taking care of that stuff next time we see you guys.
Indeed. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good morning, however you want to look at it. Those in India, have a beautiful day. All right, you guys are already well into your morning. What is it, like 10 o'clock now? All right, do your thing. Enjoy yourselves. Epis Sports Radio. It's your boy Matty B, my co-host W. Dubois. Until next time, folks, keep showing up.
Wake up! You can't remember where it was. Has this dream stopped?
Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio. Matty B on Epis Sports Radio.
And it's swung on and hit in the air. To deep right center. That ball is high. That is far. It is gone. Very deep is right into a deep left field. Headley back.
Have a beautiful night. Thanks for showing up as always. Thank you for everybody watching and posting. And the Epis family, we love you. We appreciate you.
Eric Decker holds it in.
Keep showing.
The Jets win in overtime.